Hello and welcome into the Boise State Esports Arena. Tonight we have high school matchups here. We will have 5 over the course of the night, and the winner of that will get to travel to play in Boise State's very own arena. As you can kind of see the camera panning around the world, we're super hyped and we're getting prepared for events in the future. I am your host, Colby Yalloway, and joining me to call all of the action is Jacob Palmer. So please tell me a little bit more about the stakes here tonight.
Well, a bunch of teams from across Idaho are going to be competing. Only the top 8 teams are going to be able to travel to Boise. And for a lot of these students, you have to remember, this is probably going to be their first experience competing on a stage, competing at a LAN event. So this is a very exciting opportunity for them to come visit a state-of-the-art facility, gain exposure at the collegiate level. So there's a lot to be fighting for here today.
Okay, do you have any picks on what teams you're kind of favoring or at least going to keep a close eye on?
Any picks for teams that I'm favoring? It's really hard because each team varies between every different game.
Of course.
We have, great teams in Overwatch, great teams in Valorant. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe Bishop Kelly. Something is just. I just have an intuition.
With Bishop Kelly?
I have an intuition that Bishop Kelly might go far. And you can see here, this is how the bracket is for us as we start today. And you'll see all those empty spaces get filled in as the night goes on because this is a double elimination bracket. So we have the teams lined up for the upper bracket initial games, but then we'll start to see teams filling out the lower brackets as we go on to see who is going to be the top 8.
And with that, what do you think the impact of traveling as a high schooler can have?
I mean, I can't tell you how many times, students, people who have been recruited to Boise State say, a big moment for me when I wanted to come to Boise was being here at the arena, seeing, this great facility that we have offered, having people cheer for you leaves a very big impact. And, of course, you get to talk to, people like Doc Haskell or Coach Alex Moore. It's very, it can just be a very defining moment that sells a lot of students in wanting to attend.
And with that, we are going to get into Doc's keys to the game so that all of these teams kind of have an equal pad to launch off of. And Doc's keys to the game in Rocket League are to set play style, understand rotations, play to follow up, and sweaty comms. And Doc's keys to the game are brought to us by Drop-In Gaming. Drop-In Gaming is the premier online platform for gamers who seek competition. Play your favorite games to win cash and prizes through free and paid entry matches and tournaments. Whether you are new to the scene or a seasoned veteran, Drop-In Gaming has the right games and competition for you. To begin your competitive gaming journey, sign up at dropingaming.com. And now that we've got the keys out of the way, we're going to get right into matchup 1, which is Bishop Kelly versus Valley View.
So it's great to see if my prediction, if just kind of the general intuition.
Just the vibes.
Yeah. It's just nice to get that out of the way, and not just have it hanging over your whole head the whole night, whether my prediction is going to be proven wrong or not. The Knights, Bishop Kelly Knights, I had a gut instinct about you. We'll see if you can fulfill it.
The battle of the yellow and black, it also seems here.
It is true, yeah. The battle of the bees, kind of. Yeah, because sort of a bee motif going on.
And then with that, it looks like Bishop Kelly will win the first 50-50, and it looks like Boogie Squared is going to kind of send things over into the corner, and then we immediately after that see Trashton ready to receive the ball, but it looks like members of Bishop Kelly are going to kind of stop them from doing that. We do see Boogie once again touching the ball. It looks like 50-50 is going to send the ball over into the air and into midfield. Passed over onto the orange side. Nope, now we're in the blue.
We have the first shot on goal of the game. We have the first shot on the goal coming out from Bishop Kelly. Valley View is going to run it back. Void Assistance has to move back, push it off to the corner where it's not going to be such an easy shot. We also have a demo onto Game Captain. Maybe Bishop Kelly can steal themselves, take a few breathers, but they're not going to win that 50 as Game Captain comes in trying to keep position in Valley View's favor. This could be a huge shot from Void Assistance, going to be saved by Fluffy Cloud.
And it looks like his Fluffy Cloud is going to send it down main. There is nobody in net, and it looks like the shot strikes true, and Fluffy Cloud is going to score our first goal of the game.
And this, you can see every member of Bishop Kelly is across that midfield marker. They're way into Valley View's territory. Usually kind of, that's why you have one person normally hanging back on the goal just in case there's a bomber shot like that.
Or at least somebody able to rotate. And it looks
Mm-hmm.
like Bishop Kelly is going to actually win the next
Oh!
50-50. Ooh, almost gets the goal into Valley View there. And then we see Trash just kind of send it over into the midfield and then immediately pass it over to Fluffy, and it looks like Pyrek's going to be playing that defender role from the corner. We do see maybe a pass to Void. No, that pass is intercepted by a member of Valley View in the blue there, and then we see Fluffy kind of elevate to get it and then immediately send it over to Pyrrhic, who kind of sends it over into the corner where Game Captain is laying in wait.
Boogie is going to play off the wall, but dribble still gets away from him at the last moment. Void Ascendants going to leave it for Pyrrhic. A shot on goal.
Ooh.
Nicely played, and Bishop Kelly is back in the fight.
Just immediately right around that defender there, we see Void kind of just bump it over to Pyrrhic, and then immediately after that, we see Trash just can't get in front of that ball in time, just barely goes a little bit south, putting our second goal on the board. Valley View and Bishop Kelly tied with 1-1, 3 minutes and 18 seconds remaining.
Shot is going to go up high, up for grabs from any team. Valley View gets a touch on it, and a clear open goal, and once again, we see Bishop Kelly, their old demons, still haunting them.
Bishop Kelly's got to agree to have somebody back on the defensive there because we just have a completely empty net, and Valley View hits those. And it looks like as we go into the next 50-50, Valley View up 2-1, 3 minutes and 11 seconds remaining. It looks like 50-50 is going to go the way to Trashton over in the orange, and then we see Void immediately trying to follow up off of that corner. Ooh, we just see a member of Valley View go careening across the screen without being able to touch the ball. Now it looks like Fluffy is going to steal that away. Maybe try to get a shot on goal as they get demoed by Void, which is going to put a little bit of a halt to Valley View's offense.
We already see two of Bishop Kelly. That's more what I want to see from Void, hanging back there on that goal. He's going to get a slight touch on it, bounces off the post toward the side. Now Fyrick is going to continue pushing the ball up the field slowly but steadily. Void, his shot gets deflected clear on over to the wall. Game captain's going to try to play off that, put a nice little shot dunked down into the goal. Valley View up 2.
And then with that, we just see kind of Trashton just kind of careen over there. We see Game Captain chase the ball. We see Boogie kind of rotate back to defend, but as well as Void Ascendants, but none of them are in that bottom left-hand corner, which is where the ball ends up going.
Now we're about halfway through the proceedings. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left on the timer. Mr. Boogie is going to play off the wall. Gets hit by Trashton. Around the corner, around 2 of Bishop Kelly. Knights are having a bit of a hard time clearing this one out. Void is going to push it past Game Captain. It's up to either Fyrick or Boogie. Neither of them are going to take it.
And with that, we just kind of see it bounce over to midfield. We see Fyrick in possession of the ball, putting it up in the air, and then we see Void put it in the corner where 2 members of Valley View are laying in wait, and it looks like Trash is going to try to get a little bit of momentum on that ball, and then we see Game Captain and Fyrick fighting for that ball all the way over into the corner, and it looks like Boogie once again playing the defender role there, sends it over to Trash, who's going to try to get another shot on goal, but once again, Boogie being the hero we need.
Fyrick gets a slight touch off into the corner. Boogie gets a very gingerly hit, and that's some fancy dribbling by Void, completely solo-going it.
Bishop Kelly only down 1 here as we just kind of see Void start the midfield dribble and drive it all the way back into goal. And it looks like as we go into the next 50-50, Valley View is still up 1, 1 minute and 33 seconds remaining, but Bishop Kelly definitely in this. And as Valley View wins the 50-50, Void in possession of the ball, and it looks like Fluffy's going to send it over into orange, and then immediately after that, it's going to be sent back over into the blue, where Game Captain receives the ball in the corner and is going to try to break away with it, but gets it stolen by Void, and then Fluffy's going to send it up into the air and in that corner where everybody's kind of having a difficult time trying to take sure possession.
Void tries to get a shot on goal, but whiffs. They're trying to prevent the clear coming out from Trashton. Mr. Boogie hanging back as the defender. He's got to clear this away from Game Captain, who tried to take a shot on goal. Trashton tries to keep the play alive. Fyrick now elevating up, is going to win that 50 against Fluffy. And now the ball is set up back. The side control in favor for Bishop Kelly. But they need to find this equalizing goal fast. They're now sub 1 minute, about 40 seconds left. And with one of their teammates getting demoed, that's going to be a tough ask for them.
Ooh, and it looks like Pyrrhic's going to almost send that in, and then Fluffy Cloud being or Trashton actually going to be credited with the save here as we kind of go into the corner. 30 seconds remaining. Bishop Kelly looking to mount an offensive here as Void is in possession of the ball. We do see Fluffy Cloud kind of break away with it, send it all the way over into the orange, and then from the corner, and it looks like Valley View is on the offense. Actually, no, it's Bishop Kelly as they steal the ball and send it over into the blue. The ball is kind of just playing volleyball in the midline here.
Trashton has a very great positioning here, and no one on the goal for. We have Mr. Boogie Boogie waiting down into the goal. Game captain trying to attempt a dunk, but that one's not going to go through. It looks like Valley View is going to take this first of the best of 3.
And it looks like this will be a best of 5, I believe, as we kind of come back to the arena.
Me.
Bishop Kelly, I think you caster cursed him. But I will say they were only 1 point down.
Well, and one of the things that I'm kind of noticing from Bishop Kelly is I think the coordination I think mainly needs to be improved, but it's also it's not just calling out to your team members what play you have to make, but it's having the confidence in your team members to get the play. You know, if your team member said, "I've got the ball back post," then you assume that they're going to let them do that. And we've kind of seen a few moments for Bishop Kelly where like there are 2 teammates kind of edging each other out, like, "Am I going to take this? And am I going to take one?" Just give the task to one person and then rotate so you can do other things on the field.
And then trust them to do that because, I mean, that's how you have double commits, that's how you have triple commits, and that's how you have an empty net.
It's been something that Bishop Kelly needs to tighten up, but maybe they will be able to do it as we head into the second game of this best of 5. Chance for Valley View to go to match point, and we're off to the races.
And then it looks like Void is going to kind of send things over into the air. It looks like Fluffy Cloud is going to be able to receive the ball, and it looks like we have a swap on the side of Bishop Kelly. Oh my gosh! And it looks like Lazy's kind of in there, and it looks like Pyrrhic, currently in possession of the ball, sends it over into the corner. Might have difficulty getting it out of there. No, and it looks like Void just kind of comes in with the assist there, but we all know who got the ball there.
Bishop Kelly has had a good amount of early pressure off of these kickoffs, just keeping Valley View completely off guard. Sometimes it is in that, that first 15 seconds where things are very unpredictable for the other team. They're off getting boost, and you just take advantage of that.
And it looks like Pyrrhic currently in possession of the ball, going to send it over once again into that corner, and then it looks like Trashton, is actually not going to get the next touch as Pyrrhic comes back, and it looks like Game is going to kind of send it down the middle over to Void, who just kind of volleys it right back on over. It looks like Fluffy Cloud is going to pass the ball. Pyrrhic is elevate but not able to touch, and it looks like Void is going to get the next touch, sending it over into the corner as Game kind of goes to stop them, and it looks like Lazy's sending the ball up right in front of Valley View, who has all 3 members on the hard defensive.
They're all in the same quadrant as well, and if Bishop Kelly lands a good shot here, that's a good one placed on by Valley View. Bishop Kelly can't defend against it.
Just barely missed the bicycle kick there, but still got the goal anyway, putting Valley View on the board, tying this game up 1-1.
Unfortunate for Bishop Kelly. I think that would have been one that they could have easily saved. Sometimes when the pressure is just up against you, sometimes you just let one get by. Void is going to get a slight tap on it. Doesn't quite find. It's going to go over to Game Captain, who's going to try to play around 2 for Bishop Kelly. Fluffy on the follow-up. And Valley View is now in the lead again.
Fluffy carrying Game's dreams and honor down with them. Looks like Fluffy elevates just barely above Void, gets that second touch, and then Lazy and Pyrrhic are unable to get there, just can't move fast enough as we go into the next 50-50.
You don't have anyone on back post there, and that's going to be the easiest position that you have since you're driving toward the ball to defend. So Bishop Kelly, whenever Valley View makes an offensive run, seems to be caught flat-footed.
Definitely thought that was going to be an open net, but instead it's all 3 members of Bishop Kelly on the hard defensive, and it looks like Fluffy's just struggling to get the ball out of the corner right now. Going to leave Lazy and Pyrrhic to their own devices. It looks like Trashton's now and Gang Captain are kind of pushing over into the orange, but instead the ball will be pushed all the way over into the blue corner, where Pyrrhic is kind of chasing it out, going up against all 3 defenders of Valley View in net.
Fluffy now taking the ball up the field. It's going to be pushed off to the side by Lazy. Now around the corner, trying to find a centering whiff on the shot. The only one left for Bishop Kelly in front of their net is going to be Fyrick, but luckily the play doesn't go his way. Bishop Kelly is still going to maintain side control. Possibility for another shot on goal. One is taken, but it bounces off the front post and it's going to be reflected back toward Bishop Kelly's goal. Saved by Lazy. Very clutch.
Looks like Trashton just waiting in the corner, but unfortunately is going to get that ball stolen. And it looks like all 3 members of Bishop Kelly are approaching on the right. It looks like they split off a little bit as Fluffy Cloud playing an excellent back whirl defense there. Takes it all the way to midfield, and that's an empty net. No, it looks like Lazy rotates back just in time to steal the ball from Fluffy in the corner.
Lazy off the wall around the corner. Is there a follow-up? Looks like there was from Bishop Kelly, but they caught up by one of the defenders. Game captain now around the corner. Fluffy waiting with the shot to drive it in. Whiffs on it. Unfortunate. That would have been a great insurance goal by Valleyview. Now Bishop Kelly on the counterattack. Game captain, though, unexpected shot back toward the goal.
Just kind of sends it right over the defenders there. Let's take a look at what happened. We have Void kind of send it over. We have Game Captain just steal the ball right from to the left of them and then immediately send it in that upper middle corner of the right side of the net there. 2 minutes and 9 seconds remaining. Valley View up 2.
And Captain wins that kickoff. Fluffy's going to drive under it, however. Valley View's going to slow play this. That leads to almost a goal being scored by Bishop Kelly.
It looks like from there we have Game Captain in possession of the ball, and it looks like Fyrick and Void are trying to fight them for it. Void is going to send the ball up into the air, and it looks like Trashton's going to be the one to kind of receives that, and then immediately after that, Fluffy almost gets the goal just a little bit too far to the left there, as we're now just kind of passing the ball back and forth between the 3 members of Bishop Kelly in the corner. Ooh, Game Captain pulls off the hat trick from the backboard.
This one you can see Fyrick there decides to go into the net to try to turn around, but that's such a tight angle to take. Very hard to get your momentum back up if you're doing a complete 180. Valley View recognizes the split-second opportunity and drives it home.
And then with that, we do see Trashton currently in possession of the ball in the corner. It looks like Lazy's going to go over there and fight them for it. And Game Captain just going to bump Void out of the way there, as we do see, it looks like Trashton now sending it down main, and then Lazy's going to be the next one to receive it. Looks like Void kind of has come back for the defense there. And then we see, Game Captain kind of subverting expectations, stealing the ball. Fyrick makes sure that Bishop Kelly still kind of has a push here, but Trashton just being a thorn in the Bishop Kelly offensive side as we rotate all the way back to the orange side of the field in the corner where all 3 members of Bishop Kelly are trying to get that ball out.
Seems to be the one place where both the teams have struggled, is trying to find the clear. Once the team has side control, the other team kind of fumbles a bit in their defense. We're going to see a Void. He's going to have his shot blocked. Lazy up and over. Elevation up by Fyrick, but he loses boost halfway through, so he can't get contact with the ball. And now with just 30 seconds left, I don't know if Bishop Kelly can score 3. They're going to try one shot on goal, but I think that clear does it.
Then immediately after that, we have 30 seconds remaining. Valley View up 4 in this second match. Bishop Kelly just desperately trying to get another point on the board, as we do see Lazy kind of clear things over into the corner. Void Ascendants going out with them, kind of looking for their next shot in. We see somebody in the midfield, and actually that's just straight up a goal for Bishop Kelly. 14 in the final 14 seconds.
Void is definitely the strongest player for Bishop Kelly. He has most of the shots on goal, and I think all the goals for Bishop Kelly.
Skirts it right by Fluffy and Lazy there. Or Fluffy and Trashton, excuse me. Lazy was assisting. And then immediately after that, we do see Fyrick actually with a shot. Bishop Kelly.
Well, shut
my mouth. 1 goal in 10 seconds.
They might actually find a way. And this is the way they've gotten a good amount of their goals are these kickoffs. So 10 seconds left to drive this to overtime.
Dangerous kickoff for Valley View here. Only up 1, 10 seconds remaining. It looks like, the 50-50 is going to go the way of Bishop Kelly, and it looks, or Valley View, excuse me, where at this point Bishop Kelly is just playing hard defensive, maybe trying to even get it into overtime. We see them bounce the ball up in the air, and there's just a mosh pit of cars. There's not a whole lot of field to touch with everybody moving in the same quadrant like that.
Bishop Kelly, I mean, they managed to get it to the other side of the field, but no, they're not going to get that
too
one.
Too far away.
Valley View now goes toward match point, up 2-0 in this best of 5.
What advice do you want to give your pals on Bishop Kelly?
I said I just had a feeling about them. I didn't say that, I'm like pen pals with them or anything like that. But no, I mean, their main problem is, it mainly is It's just working together as a team. All their shots on goal and goals are just coming from one player, Void, and they've all been solo goals where he has an insane dribble up the mid. But it's just them of calling out their positions, making sure to call out their passes as well. I don't think I've seen necessarily one shot today that's gone like clearly from one player to another.
Just kind of maybe like some happy accidents is what they're relying on right now.
Yeah, and you need to be able to, have those players in the passing lane, the give and go, and just be able. And I think, when they got great talent like Void, I think they can make some great plays. It's just making sure that they're able to follow up, because so much of what we're seeing is them trying to center the ball so someone can follow up. But you got to have someone consistently there to follow
in the
up.
midfield, ready to go in.
Yep. Well, Valley View now is at match point. Can maybe sweep this 3-0 and prove why I should never predict anything ever. Because, if Bishop Kelly gets swept 3-0, I'm cashing in my chips now. I'm not even going to play at the table for the rest of the night.
Jacob's going to fold if this goes south.
Though trying to keep my hopes alive, but he's going to miss on that shot. Once again, they have to kind of move backwards slightly to try to meet the ball. Huge opportunity for Valley View and a demo onto Bishop Kelly. Lazy's going to try to keep the side control going, but it's hard when you have no follow-up.
Immediately after that, we do see Trashton currently in possession of the ball, kind of sends it over to Lazy, who's no slacker on the defense here. And then immediately after that, Bishop Kelly mounts an offensive, some impressive dribbling skills on display here as we kind of have the ball locked in the corner here. It looks like Trashton kind of sends it off into the other corner, and then we see Boogie and Game just trying to touch the ball. And it looks like Trashton's going to come in, get a clear all the way over into the orange corner, and now it is Lazy on defense.
All cleared, back over to Valley View. Follow up, you have two people from Bishop Kelly hanging back near their goal. Lazy's going to be the one to find a huge clear. Tries to take a narrow shot toward the goal, but he's going to get disrupted. Gresham and Game Changer. Slight double commit on the save by Valley View, but it's not going to punish them be too bad of a punishment. Fyrick, that's a nice 50 win by him. Boogie has to follow up, but a whiff there and just trying to find that little chip shot into the goal.
Immediately after that, we do see Game kind of send things over down midfield. Ooh! With an amazing save. Will there be a second savior? It looks like Lazy is too far back to stop the Fluffy Cloud goal.
And this is the story we've seen time and time again from Bishop Kelly. They find themselves in these very awkward angles. You see he kind of tries to elevate up to save it, but then kind of backflips mid like he had second thoughts about it. They're just finding themselves at a lot of awkward angles, a lot of awkward positioning, trying to save the ball while they have no forward momentum.
They don't give you save credit for sitting in the back of the net.
As much as I would like that to be the case for my particular skill level, that isn't.
As we kind of have things in the corner, it looks like Pirate currently in possession of the ball, and then immediately after that we see Lazy pop it up. It looks like Game is going to kind of disrupt Bishop Kelly's plans here as Boogie tries to send it down mid, but Trashton is there to answer. Has sort of a shot on goal, sends it way too far left, and it looks like Fluffy's trying to kind of save the play there as we send the ball over into the corner. Lazy just being a thorn in the side as Boogie tries to get it clear, but can't get it past Game Pants. Just decides to bump to disrupt. And then immediately after that we see Trashton clearing it all over through the orange and sending Lazy back to spawn.
Bishop Kelly on the counter. You see Boogie trying to hide out in that midfield to follow up, but Valley View has been a pretty good job of kind of disrupting Bishop Kelly's shots and plans. Now they're going to start moving up on their counter clear. They're going to take the midfield boost.
And immediately after that, we do see Game. Ooh, Demo Boogie, who kind of goes to stop them there. And it looks like the ball is just kind of going to stagnate a little bit in this corner before Trashton gives it a little bit more momentum. And then we do see Pierre trying to make a goal here, but Game is going to be credited with the save as once again makes the save on Boogie and then gets a clear, forces Lazy to defend. And it looks like as the ball kind of plays into the midfield here a little bit, Trashton's going to get a clear over to Pierrick, and then immediately after that we see Fluffy go to the wall, kind of get it in the corner, but will they be able to get it past all three Bishop Kelly defenders? I don't know.
Lazy tries to push it up midfield. Denied heavily in that regard. Grashton is going to be unable to drive it under Bishop Kelly. Ball is now back in mid, and that's a 50 win by Fyrick, but there is Game captain was able to kind of read that perfectly and be able to stop it. Boogie is going to try to center it back up for Fyrick. They both whiff on it. Now a little over a minute remaining. Valley View, one more goal here would probably be the nail in the coffin.
And then immediately after that, we do see Lazy kind of take the ball, send it down main field. Game is there to defend. Ooh, and actually just bumps to disrupt, so there is no shot to begin with. And then we kind of see the ball playing off of the ceiling here a little bit. Ooh, does Fluffy's shot go in? That is Valley View up 2 to Bishop Kelly's nothing. A minute and 1 second remaining.
It's the first weakness we saw, and it might be the final one that kind of does Bishop Kelly in. Just a wide open goal, everyone across midfield marker. Valley View now in a very comfortable position. 1 minute left. And this kickoff win from Game Captain could set up yet another goal.
And then we kind of send things over into the corner, and then immediately after that we see Trashton bounce it off of the back wall there, and then Lazy trying to keep the ball out of the orange here, but Fluffy firmly plants it back in that corner where all three members of Bishop Kelly are kind of existing. And then immediately after that we see Game trying to get a goal, but is trying to get it through all 3 members of Bishop Kelly in these final 37 seconds. As the bounce is off of the backboard. Here it gets a bicycle kick, and then immediately after that we see Trashton kind of desperately trying to take the ball away from Bishop Kelly, trying to pull some schmoves on him, and there it is, Trashton with the assist, and Game is actually going to get the official goal here.
And you're saying they're pulling the schmoves on them, but what you need to have those schmoves is the boost, and Bishop Kelly, none of their members except Fyrick, who maybe had 30 boost, had any boost to use. That's why you saw so many low hops from them. I think Valley View on the resource game has just consistently outplayed the Knights.
And immediately after that, we're going to kind of see Boogie, actually get the ball stolen from them in that corner there. And then immediately after that, as we kind of, these 8 seconds dwindle, Bishop Kelly's just trying to get something on the board.
And it doesn't look like that will be successful. Ball just needs to hit the ground, and we will be over. Even if the Knights do score a goal, Valley View has it all locked up. Going to be moving on to their finals match, and if they win that one, they'll have themselves a ticket to the Boise State Esports Arena.
All right, and with that, we have Valley View versus Rigby. At this time, I'm going to go ahead and place a bet on Valley View. I think we're definitely rooting for them here.
I'm not placing a bet on anybody.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Thank you. In fact, I think that's probably the best advice you can give me is have a nice day. I think I'm done.
Drop-In Gaming is the premier online platform for gamers who seek competition. Play your favorite games to win cash and prizes through free and paid entry matches and tournaments. Whether you are new to the scene or a seasoned veteran, Drop-In Gaming has the right games and competition for you. To begin your competitive gaming journey, sign up at dropingaming.com.
So that's going to be the first game in the books. I believe we'll take a short break and then be back with more of the Rocket League action.
Dave, it's your Idaho Central app. I know this car got you through college, but check this out. In my credit, your credit score looks good. And there's a great rate on this auto loan so we can score a roomier ride. Whoa, who's driving this thing? The closest Idaho Central Credit Union branch is in your pocket.
NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
Idaho Central Credit Union, looking after your daily balance.
Here are a couple lessons I've learned over the years. Friendships come in all shapes and sizes. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by. Growing up in Idaho, we have certain rules we live by. First rule, camouflage never goes out of style. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
It's me, your Idaho Central Credit Union app. Rough morning. Is that a mobile deposit? I got this. Beat it, Charlie. We're making money moves here. Cha-ching. And done.
Charlie, come on, outside.
Sorry about the mess. I'd help if I had hands. The closest Idaho Central Credit Union branch is in your pocket.
Hello and welcome back into the Boise State Esports Arena for our high school Rocket League. Valley View is definitely looking like the team to beat here with a 3-0 sweep as their only record on the match. And the next matchup will be Valley View versus Rigby. And we're playing a little bit of musical chairs here on the desk, so we do have a different co-host here to call all of the action. I am still your host, Colby Alloway, here to call our Valley View versus Rigby match. And then joining me on desk is also now Colin McJunkin.
Yeah, I'm here now, and I'm here to stay. So best believe it and best get comfortable with it. But I did catch a little bit of that last matchup. With seeing Valley View being quite a good team, I did notice one thing. I don't know if it's just a coincidence in names, but Game Captain is on the is a name that's on the Valorant team as well. So I don't know if it's just the fact they coordinated names or that's the same player playing across both games. But if it is the same player, that's a big congrats to you for taking on both those teams at the same time.
Yeah, they're on the gamer juice.
Yeah, they're excelling at all on every field. So they're doing a great job.
And with that, what is the biggest thing that you think maybe Valley View could improve on in this match versus Rigby?
I going series to series. So far they seem to be really good. However, though, I did notice quite a few of their goals that I really noticed felt like luck. It felt like their players are in the right position at the right time. And not so much of, I'm calculatedly doing this. It was pinches, it was lucky 50-50s, and it was lucky redirects that honestly, yeah, I'm hoping that's not the case for all their games and all their series, because if that's the case, there's going to be a team that's going to stop letting them get so lucky.
They maxed out their luck stat. We'll see where skill kind of comes to play in this match against Rigby.
Yep.
And with that, we're going to get straight into the second match.
Right into it. I do like the Trojan logo. I think it's one of the best
They're
ones
here to sneak up on you and hit you hard. Go off the 50-50 for the Trojans, question mark? And it looks like Valley View, once again, is going to be in the blue, and then immediately after that we see Vex currently in possession of the ball. KX just kind of driving around. Ooh, what a save. And then immediately after that we kind of see things in the corner, and then it looks like Trash is going to send things try to get things out of the corner, but not be quite able to clear it as Jim just sends it right back, and KX looking for a shot off goal, bounces it off of the backboard. It's sent down main, and then immediately after that we see Faded Vex. Ooh, actually, no, back off to let Jim. I love the coordination there. Jim's like, let me get it, and Faded's like, okay, and just backs off.
Communication and trust between teammates is a massively important thing. I actually believe Rigby, is one of the strongest standing teams right now and going undefeated, and KX showing off why they are. In a beautiful little double tap, so shallow into the field, and Valley View not playing any backward defense. against this Rigby team, you're going to have to adjust to that, or else this Trojan team is just going to nail shots at the backboard all day long.
And immediately after that, we see the ball sent over in the corner where Faded will receive it, and KX is going to demo Fluffy, taking one member off the field for Valley View, really opening things up for Rigby, as Jim is going to send things actually just straight midfield, and it looks like Game's going to send things a little bit further than Vex was maybe anticipating, as Jim once again takes things into the air, and Fluffy gets the save. Now there are 3 members on Valley View, kind of all on defense here, kind of cornered onto the blue side of the field at Rigby's oppressive offense.
Again at 50, gets another one there. Jim elevates. Team captain looking to get one more over. KX gets a 50, still sticking with the ball. Interrupts a little bit, Fade. Still keeping this blue corner here. Trash might be able to get this ball out, but not able to get a hold of their card control here. Jim's going to pop it up just over the goal. Faded attempts to make a shot on net, but not able to quite do it. But KX has an open net, and not a lot of coverage against them. But the shot is just a bit too high. It's going to be Jim now in the orange corner here, taking their time, slowing down a little bit. Fakes out one. Looking to get around a second. Isn't able to do it, however, and gives Faded control, but takes it right back. And that's just absolute chaos so far.
I gotta say, Rigby is really demonstrating a lot of patience and control. And then we kind of see Game break away from it. Faded kind of try to stop him midfield, but instead the ball goes all the way up high ground. And immediately after that, we see KX pass it to Faded, but Fluffy is there just to bump it and send it over into the corner. No goals will be scored just yet as we go over into the orange. We see the pass from KX. It looks like trying to come out to Faded here. Faded now chasing the ball up into the air, elevates, but Game Captain there to disrupt, sending the ball over into the corner instead of into Valley View's net, like Rigby wants.
KX going to cut rotation. He actually decides not to do it. Now Jim takes the ball, cuts it inside into the middle field. Trash trying to get an air dribble. Isn't able to do it. Gets stopped by Faded. Ball sent through the blue wall, gets disrupted. KX there for the recenter. The shot by Jim was fast on that ball, and there was no contest from a Valley View defender right there. And that's 2-0 so far for Rigby in the lead. And there was a contest, it just wasn't there fast enough. Nevertheless, that's how fast Jim was on that ball. It just didn't even feel like they needed it.
Blown away by the patience Rigby is showing and just how long they take to set up their plays so that then it can pay off. Rigby currently up 2 to Valley View's nothing, 2 minutes and 10 seconds remaining as Jim just kind of has things over in the corner. Game elevates, sends it over into midfield where KX is waiting, sends it closer to their own goal, but Faded is there to defend against Game Captain shot, and it actually looks like it's KX that's going to send things midfield. And it looks like Trashton's going to bounce things off the back wall where Jim PD is just waiting for their time to get tires on the ball.
He gets a big bump there. It gives him a little bit of room for the side of Valley View. Now KX looking to control the ball, not able to do it. Jim is up, takes a shot. It's off the backboard. KX tries to recover.
Ooh.
Did put a shot on net, but it gets saved by Game Captain. Now Jim's taking it all the way around. Has full boost, trying to get it around one. Isn't able to do it. Now Fade is the one to take over the pass. Over to Jim trying to get the read. Wasn't able to connect with the pass, however, though. But KX has a very open net, but shoots it a bit wide. And is only going to get a shot attempt credit for him.
Ball is back in the corner. We do see Jim currently in possession of the ball, trying to send it over into the blue. It looks like as they dribble, Trashton's going to send it a little bit higher than Rigby would like. So now Jim kind of has to chase the ball back down. Fluffy Cloud actually gets a clear all the way over into the orange, where now KX is now the defender to beat for Rigby's team here. Currently in possession of the ball, fighting Trashton for it as Jim just kind of waits on field for the ball to touch the ground. And now they go zooming after it over into the corner, but fighting both Fluffy Cloud and Trashton at the same time for possession does not end up working in Rigby's favor here. 42 seconds, Rigby up 2.
KX able to get it clear, setting it to his own net. Fluffy Cloud is going to get a 50 and a pinch with the sidewall there. Trash is going to go over the ball, but gets a little bit of disrupt. The flick barely goes over one. The passing play attempting to happen gets disrupted. KX able to get a touch on the ball to keep it in the blue half here. Jim still trying to stick with it. It's going to be Trash. Now it gets a 50. Still keeping the blue corner here. Faded. Now control the ball. Gets it around Game Captain. Looking for a shot in the setup. Not able to do it. Jim gets a 50 with Trash. 8 seconds left here with 2-0. Looks like Riku is going to be the ones to take it, but in these final few seconds, they're still looking to get one more on the board. 1 second left. Jim trying to keep the dream alive. It doesn't really matter, though, as Rigby's going to take the W. 2-0 anyway.
And, you know, if this is foretelling, 86% of total shots went over to Rigby. what's happening to Valley View right now.
And that's also just indicative of the side control as well. The amount of time that ball spent on that side, not only were they effective with their shots, but the ball just spent a lot of time in their side as well. So Valley View, and I didn't see any backboard defense. And Rigby was playing a little faster than them. I feel like if those two sort of things shape up, they might have a standing chance. But right now, Rigby's the better team in this moment. So I'm looking to see if Valley View is able to shape up and keep it going.
Shape up the backboard defense as we get into round 2 of this best of 5.
Oh yeah, looking to see them go a little farther than what most would expect. However, Rigby honestly is just such a quality team as well. Just like they didn't go undefeated for no reason, right? So it's going to be a difficult team to face off.
Valley View definitely has their work cut out for them. As we kind of get into next game, we're looking for maybe Valley View to pick up the pace and remember the backboard defense, as it looks like the 50-50 is going to go the way of Rigby, who's up around. We see Fluffy Cloud kind of send things over into the corner, waiting for possession of the ball. We see Game Captain and Fluffy Cloud kind of pass it to each other, but also run into each other. We see all 3 members of Rigby in the orange trying to get a clear here, as it looks like KX is going to elevate, send it over their team members here, and then immediately kind of pass it down to Faded, and Trashton just kind of being a thorn in the Rigby offense side right now.
They're trying to get around
Fluffy,
one. Is able to do it. Tries to set up a teammate. Wasn't able to. KX now getting another read off the backboard. Not able to get the flipper set. I assume is what they're going for. Fluffy Cow's going to get credited for the save, and now a clear coming out. KX still in control of the ball, trying to get a 50 here. Stalls the ball out, but there's going to be a clear send get over to the orange side of the field. And there's a Valley View attacker that's on the ball, but not on it for long. It gets cleared out. And now a little bit of stall territory in the middle. Now it's Jim looking to get a flip reset, not able to get the flip, and gets himself off the ball, giving up possession.
And immediately after that, we see Faded kind of set it down. There's a war for the ball in the midfield possession as it just balanced perfectly along that line, as it looks like KX is going to be the one that, it's Jimpedia, excuse me, that's going to break that stalemate and score the first goal of the game. We see the ball just kind of spinning in air, waiting for somebody. Jim is the one that elevates, and then there is no defender that can stop the momentum. Though you see them try, they're just not barely fast enough. 3 minutes and 48 seconds, Rigby up 1.
Let's kick off a good little kickoff for the side of Valley View, but it's quickly disrupted. Faded still on the ball, trying to get disrupt, not able to get it before it's cleared. Now it's Jim, controlled the ball, looking for one more touch. The bump from Faded there, going to clear up a little bit of room. KX moving on the ball, sends it around the corner here. Jim trying to get a touch on the ball, trying to get creative with it, not able to do it. Faded now with the shadow, gets one touch and disrupt, but not be able to get it to second touch there. KX, now they're trying to look for a little air dribble. Gets off the sidewall here. A shot could be taken. A little bit of bicycle kick could be cleared by the Valley View defense. It's not being able to right now, as the Valley View defense honestly just looks confused and scrappy at this point.
Ooh, but it looks like KX is going to come out of the scrap on top, putting Rigby up 2 to Valley View's nothing right now. We kind of see everybody in goal just waiting for something to land. They don't give you credit for the save if you're in the back of the net. That ball is in once it passes the line. 3 minutes and 3 seconds remaining. Valley View currently down 2.
Faded gets 100 boost here, but isn't able to contest on the ball. Valley View attacker was able to touch it, but didn't make much progress in terms of moving it forward. Faded now on the ball, gets a 50 here. Still trying to get a second touch, does get it off the corner wall, setting up for a little bit of a pass. A missed touch by Valley View defender, not able to do anything about it. Now it's Jim with control and a really good setup right now. Could be looking for it. Gets a really good dodge, but isn't able to stick with the ball. And gets defended very well by Valley View so far. 2 minutes 30 seconds left. KX takes a shot, but it's a bit too wide, and there's no follow-up.
And immediately after that, we kind of see things over in the corner. We see Faded Vex elevate around, or actually we see another member of Rigby, kind of Jimpedia, currently in possession of the ball. Over in the corner, we do see KX waiting to receive that ball, kind of send it from one corner to the other in a massive V. And it looks like KX is going to be fighting with, actually assisting Jimpedia in their attack against the Valley View's goal right now. It looks like all 3 of the blue members are there. It looks like Game Captain is going to break away with possession of the ball and actually, almost be able to score. But KX says, too vigilant for that. 1 minute and 51 seconds remaining. Rigby still up 2.
Jimpedia Going for the turtle shot, isn't able to get it. Faded, still sticking with the ball, trying to set up a pass. Isn't able to do it, gets disrupted here. KX now at the ceiling there, gets disrupted by Jimpedia, but has a read off the backboard. There could be a follow-up, and it is. It's Faded. That was in the right position to receive the pass. It was Faded and KX, honestly, that were in the right spot, and there was no Value defender in sight when they put that ball in the back of the net.
All the Value defenders were too far forward. Got to find the middle ground between the back of the net and too far up the blue. And then immediately after that, we do see the 50-50 go the way of Rigby, it seems, and actually just bounce off of the backboard. We see Game Captain playing a little bit of backboard defense, gets down low enough to kind of bump things out of the way. Fluffy Cloud currently in possession of the ball, going to send it up into the air, and actually it looks like it's Jim that's going to save that shot from going in, but KX that's going to take possession. Is that an empty net? KX sees? Nope. The ball's going to get bumped and just kind of disrupt their plans, and it looks like Game Captain is going to get that goal, get that ball away from the goal with a massive clear all the way over into the corner, over into the Rigby's corner.
Faded, now trying to keep control of the ball. Trying to set up a path with Jim, not able to do it, but Jim's still on the ball. Gets a second touch off the stealth pass from the sidewall here. Still sticking with it. Might be looking for a pass down to a teammate. Is able to do it. KX takes a shot, but it's just a bit too slow. Not powerful enough to find the back of the net, but Faded still on the ball. Cut in rotation here. Now it's Jimpedia trying to get a read. Dodges the demo, still sticking with the ball. Gets a flick over one. A high pop flick. Now looking for the pass with the backboard or finishing it themselves.
Faded's just waiting. Oh, Faded waited patiently for nothing to pay off there as Value just kind of bumps and disrupts that. And then immediately after that, we see Game Captain and Fluffy Cloud chasing down this ball, currently in possession. It looks like Value has it over into the corner. Game Captain's going to get the next save against KX's goal. And in the final 17 seconds, Rigby's still up 3.
A little air control here at Jimpedia. Sticking with the ball. Now only 8 seconds left in this final match. 3-0. It doesn't look like there's much recovery for the side of Value, but they might be holding to the last hope they get one more goal. But the shot, it's taken, and it was on target, but it hit the ground just a couple of seconds too late, and that's Rigby going 2-0 in the series.
All right, so Rigby's now at match point. What's the weak point in the armor?
Right now, the way that Value's playing, not much. The way that Rigby's playing is Value's giving them a lot of time and a lot of control over space, and not just ball control space, in terms of field area control as well, because you need to control that boost, you need to control the boost pads, which I don't see Value doing very often or very much. And quite honestly, Rigby's uncontested in the air. Like, there's been nobody that's been able to contest them in the air so far in terms of defensive from Value. And quite honestly, they look very hasty. Like, they look like they get so panicky when the ball's on their side. They make misreads, mistouches, they bump into each other, they clump up inside of the net, nobody's on backboard, nobody's doing anything, nobody's being the selfish first man. So there's honestly too many things going on with their defensive approach and offensive that right now I don't see Rigby losing map 3.
Would you say almost that they're too focused on defense, that they don't have a main scorer, which is why the shots taken is so one-sided?
Not really. I think so much so it's a big thing of defense is an essential part. It's just they falter so much on defense, they don't have the counterattack ability. So it purely is that I don't think they're focusing too much on any one side. I think there's a lack of focus on both sides.
Because the reward for a successful defense is an offense, is the chance at a goal.
Yep, exactly.
We see Jimpedia really kind of breaking away with things as Faded gets demoed by Fluffy Cloud early in the game. We do see Rigby currently at match point here, and it looks like KX is going to bounce it off the backboard. Ooh! And put it in the net with all 3 Value defenders there. That's not looking good.
That right there. How many defenders do you see in the net right now?
3. Count them. Count them. They go up in the air one after the other. 1, 2, 3.
Ding, ding, ding. Like, it's 3 of them, and that's not how you want it to do. And if there is an issue where you're finding yourself and your teammates in the net at the same time, rotating at the same time, that's a major issue. And obviously, like, not in their comms, not in their heads, but to me, that's a major lack of trust and communication, because you don't trust your teammates to defend the net, and you're not communicating where you are or
There's
where
2
you're
of them
going.
in right now.
Yep.
As Game Captain's kind of rotated out a little bit. We see Fluffy Cloud immediately get out, but then immediately go back as Jimpedia kind of puts some pressure on there. It feels like Value's really like turtling up right now. They're kind of coming out of their shell, but Faded back sends that ball back, and we know all the Value defenders are kind of rallying to try to stop Rigby's second goal.
KX Little bicycle kick. Fade is going to pinch it with the sidewall there, trying to keep it in the blue side. There was a little bit of clear there. Gets demoed for their efforts. KX going to send it to the other side right now. Fluffy Cloud gets a little bit of ghost touch here. Now KX gets a beautiful 50 pinch with the sidewall beating out. And 2 defenders trying to make it clear, but nevertheless they keep it just on their blue side corner. And Jimpedia with the flip reset off the ceiling, not able to do too much, not able to put something on the goal right now. But Jimpedia once again trying for the flip reset again, gets a little bit of musty freestyling, a little bit of preview is what we're seeing. It's a freestyle gameplay, but it's not gonna prove to getting nets in the back of the, or getting soccer balls in the back of the net. Could you call this ball a soccer ball? I feel like
Soccer.
I feel like yes.
You viewers can't see it, but Colin has given up. His face is on the desk. And then immediately after that, Faded Vex is going to score the goal, hopefully revitalizing my co-caster here with an awesome just turn. The angle is flawless. The first shot didn't go in, all the defenders scattered, and then immediately after that, Faded Vex says, oh, my time is now. Rigby up to 3 minutes and 5 seconds remaining.
Off the kickoff here. Jimpedia gets a little bit of silent wait, gets a little bit of jump start with the air dribble, and finally gets contested in the air, puts a stop to it. Fade is going to get a beat there. Jimpedia might be able to get a touch over one, not able to get the bicycle kick, but KX might be able to take a shot. It's a bit too weak, and Game Captain is going to be able to stall it out and get the save. Game Captain once again off the sidewall here, trying to get a self-pass, gets a little bit more touch. The first time in a while. See the ball on the orange side right here and stay on the orange side and not get immediately returned. Fade is going to have to 50 here. Fluffy Cloud gets a beautiful read, steals 100 boost. On the side of the orange, though, they're not really hurting for boost. Fade is going to get a bit more of a clear, and actually a pass to Jimpedia, then Jimpedia to KX and a shot.
Fluffy Cloud there, the valiant defender that Valley View really needs here in these final 2 minutes and 17 seconds. And then immediately after that, we do see Game and Fluffy just kind of trying to get the ball down midfield. We see Jimpedia stop the clear from going too far. Ooh, Trashton almost had a goal there, but Faded is credited with the save, just disrupting it right in their face. And then Jimpedia gets a massive breakaway, and does that go in? Not quite, as Game Captain gets credit for the save, just coming in from nowhere as Fluffy Cloud demos Faded Vex, which might hurt Rigby's offense a little.
Jimpedia trying to get a read here, is able to get it. Oh, but not able to get the third touch off the backboard there. Unfortunate and disheartening, but KX still on the move right now. A little bit of rotate now. Jimpedia tried to get another air dribble started, but wasn't able to do it. Fade is going to take over, send the ball over to the blue sidewall there. Trash trying to get a clear here. He's only good for one touch, though. Game Captain trying to pitch with the ball, not able to do anything for it. Trash on the ball right now, trying to get a clear here. Was able to get a touch. It gets disrupted by Faded and still sticking in this blue side of the field with the minute and 13 seconds left. Jimpedia might have a double touch, and they do, getting a beautiful read mid-air. And a double touch off the sidewall.
A little bit of some twirling, some fanciful showboaty twirling there. We see the bounce off the corner there, and then immediately after that just sends it in, and the defenders can't get back there in time. And then after this, Rigby up 3, 1 minute and 12 seconds remaining. 50-50 is going to go the way of Rigby. If Faded Vex elevates over Trashton, just kind of spikes that on, bounces it off of the back wall, where Jimpedia is waiting to take possession, kind of takes the ball right at midfield. And then actually Fluffy Cloud's going to steal it right from under Rigby here, but it looks like KX is now in possession of the ball, going to clear it all the way to the midfield. Valley View unable to elevate, so just kind of plays the ground game and runs back to blue.
Trying to air dribble there, wasn't able to get it fast enough, but it doesn't matter as Faded was in the perfect position. That ball, even though Carr was stopped, the ball was not stopped. And while Game Captain attempted to get a clear there, ended up only just getting a beautiful center for Faded. And with 45 seconds left and 4 goals.
That's 1 goal every 10. That's off every kickoff.
I don't think Valley View scored a goal, though, this series.
Not happening off of the kickoff, at least. And it looks like Game Captain currently in possession of the ball. Faded says absolutely not. And Jimpedia is just going to keep this ball above the head of Valley View like they're a younger brother. And then we kind of see over in the corner, it looks like Game Captain in possession of the ball, trying to mount an offensive, but doesn't really have any vertical momentum, so that ball is going to be stolen and then immediately passed over to Trashton. Faded Vex is the defender that Rigby needs, that one final member. As they kind of pass it to Jim, Jim gets the touch, and then immediately after that, it's passed back to Faded. Fluffy Cloud gets a little bit of a clear to midfield and passed, but since it's in this corner and in these final 10 seconds, Valley View just wants something on the board. Anything on the board.
Yeah, but Ricky's not giving up, and a beautiful little improvised
the nail in the
shot from
coffin.
Jimpedia there. Getting the in-air turtle shot there. I love scoring these. Some of the most satisfying shots to get. Kind of a half turtle, I guess. Didn't flip into the ball necessarily. Actually, I guess that makes it more of a turtle. But with 2 seconds left and 5 goals on the scoreboard, Rigby's going to be taking game number 3 in about a second here. Faded wanted to put one more on the board. 6-0.
There was the final nail in the coffin, and then it got dropped in the ground with that faded goal right there.
Yeah, that's not a gentle one. That's that's I like the rope.
That's you let go of the rope and then just kind of were dropped off into the ocean here. 86 versus 14. I think we know who has the stronger offense.
Yeah, and I do want to point out the total shots percentage and the side control. Shots never went under 80, and side control never went under 70. So the entire time, Rigby was just in absolute control of that game, and it's just it was so apparent with the way that Jimpedia was able to just naturally air dribbles that Jimpedia was going for are normally not that successful. In every 10 air dribbles you go for in that sense, you'll maybe score 1. It's a really like 1 out of 10. Like most good defensive players are able to shut that down very easily by stopping car or stopping ball. And they weren't able to stop either, so Jimpedia was just given free reign over the course of the field in the course of that game. And I sort of love the turn. They have a dictatorship over the ball and over the field. Like they controlled where the ball went at all times, and Valview had no say in it.
So let's visualize this for a second, right? So you have the taller older sibling, the taller older brother, if you will, just to kind of add to the visualization. And then you have the younger brother that's maybe like 6 years younger, just like half the size. And it really felt like Rigby is the older brother with the ball over the head right here.
Yep.
And then the younger brother's just kind of like reaching, jumping the whole time, trying to touch the ball. And maybe they'll get like a couple fingers on there, but never enough to smack it out of the older sibling's hands. And if you're a younger sibling, you can really kind of feel for this visualization.
It's honestly, for me, it's always a joy watching Rigby play, just because of how mechanical they are. And I've yet to see any team realistically like stand up to them in the terms of somebody that's able to go blow for blow. Somebody that's able to stop their offensive pushes and able to properly counterattack and put Rigby in a back foot position of, oh, wait, we're getting starved for boost. We just got demoed. And I tried my best to make a good touch, but it just didn't work because right now that's every other team that Rigby's faced.
Great. And with that, we'll go to Wood River versus Burley to see if anybody can kind of climb the mountain that is Rigby right now. And is it fair to say Rigby is maybe your caster favorite here?
Yeah, I'd say caster favorite, and it's sort of just I believe the last time I casted on like week 7, they were undefeated. So I'm pretty sure in week 8 they didn't lose either. So I'm pretty sure they're solid in that sense as well. But
Dark Shepherd is blinged out there on the side of, I believe that is Burley, and it looks like currently we have the ball in possession of Dark Shepherd, actually, as they send it right over Super. And then immediately after that, it looks like Super's not able to get the clear all the way over. Dark Shepherd is in your back line, and it looks like they're trying to get it clear, but Burley is just so in their face. And luckily, there is a little bit of a breakaway for Wood River here, but then immediately after that, we see the members of Burley kind of rotate back to defend net.
Was trying to get a play going here. Isn't able to do too much with it now. Just moving the ball around the field right now. It's going to be Super Wave that takes over. Going to bang it off the side wall. Trying to get something going here. Bubbles is going to be able to stop it. Super Wave on it to get one more touch. It's looking a little centered. Bubbles makes a great touch into the sidewall there. And there is no defensive touch able to made. And
just
0
too
for
far to the
3 in terms of attempts to put a shot in the back of the net.
Everybody on Wood River tried. And then immediately after that, we see Dark Shepherd kind of driving up the sidewall. Not a whole lot of aerial play from these two teams so far. 3 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. No goals scored. As it looks like YT is going to demo Super. And then immediately after that, we see Super kind of pop the ball up into the air. Bubbles just kind of waiting for their chance. And actually, both Bubbles and Shepherd are just going to miss that ball. And it's going to dink right back on the ground here.
Superwave trying to get over 1-1 is successful in that attempt. Shepherd's going to bang the ball to the other side here. Thief is able to properly sort of redirect it into the corner here, able to get one more touch and still maintaining control, able to get it over Conception, looking to get a center here, gets one touch, keeps it just a bit too outside, and a double commit in terms of the offensive attempt. Thief is going to cut the corners again, cut rotation, and he's going to be able to put one in the back of the net for Wood River.
And then immediately after that, we kind of see this go in. We see the ball go up in the air, and then we see Super Waves try to touch it, but it's actually not them that ends up putting it in the net. Wood River up 2 minutes and 58 seconds remaining as we go to the next 50-50, which looks like it is between Bubbles and Menu. And then immediately after that, we do kind of see things over in the corner. It looks like Nap Thief, me too, buddy, is currently in possession of the ball. And then we see Menu kind of elevate to touch it. And then it looks like Bubbles and Superwave are going to challenge them over in that corner.
Bubbles not getting anything going there. Superwave misses the aerial touch there.
Ooh.
Bubbles is able to get the save credit, looking for one more touch, sends it back to the green corner there. But Thief's on the defensive here. Isn't able to beat Menu, though. Bubbles able to rotate in time, gets one more touch now on the running of the sidewall here, trying to get it around another defender. Was able to do it, but wasn't a good enough setup for any Wood River attacker to follow up on. Now Bubbles getting one more touch in the corner here, still sticking with it, getting a lucky redirect on the touch. Is going to rotate out as Thief is going to take a shot off the sidewall. But so far, Wood River has been yet to convert this in under 2 minutes.
Oh, and right as we say that, Nap Thief is going to send that ball right in the net, putting Wood River up 2. We kind of see Bubbles send it down. We see it bounce a little bit in front of all these members here. That is a mosh pit of cars all in that same little corner, and still Nap Thief is able to just send it right past all of them. As we kind of go to the next 50-50, it looks like Nap Thief is going to win that, and it looks like YT is going to try to contest that. Actually get a clear all the way over into Wood River's corner here, but Superwave once again clears it back to midfield, and it looks like Dark Shepherders trying to stop it before it can reach the goal, and we kind of just have the ball boxed in this corner right now, bouncing from car to car and team to team.
Menu trying to get around one, is able to get it around Nap Thief, gets the demo, but not able to beat Bubbles there. Now Bubbles still sticking with it. Gets the bang over to the gray corner here. Conception gets bumped out the ball. This is pretty fair real estate. Going to get one more touch, inching towards the net, but it's going to be saved at Conception. And Menu now on the counterattack. It's Bubbles is able to put a stop to it. But now Dark Shepherd has control. Getting one more touch off the sidewall. Was a great setup, but was disrupted by Bubbles here. Bubbles attempting to get over a couple more opponents. Was able to get over one, but not the second. And it's Menu on the counterattack to be assisted by Conception. Superwave leaving the goal a little bit undefended here. Still sticking with it, though. Using all their boosts to get there. Bubbles now sending a shot off the backboard. Still 2-0 here, though, with 45 seconds. As it looks like Burley's going to be able to get a clear.
And then it looks like Menu sending it up into the air, and then immediately it just kind of bounces back and forth between the 3 members. It looks like all members of Wood River are on their side of the field. Ooh, and actually, but none of them are in net. Ooh, just in time. Nat Thief is going to just kind of side check that ball from going into the goal, but they're unable to stop Menu from at least putting one into the net. Now, if Burley can get this next goal off of the 50-50, that's a tied game.
Yeah, good shot, El Menu. When you just put enough in there, and eventually when the defenders make so many attempts and misses, they're going to find themselves super out of position, which is exactly what happened there for Wood River. Now the kickoff, 25 seconds. That's all they realistically need. They just need one goal here. And 20 seconds, it's going to be a feat to accomplish, but if they can get it done, they'll stay alive in game 1 here. But so far, with 10 seconds burned on the clock, Menu trying to go for a counterattack here, trying to stick with an air dribble. It's going to be easy defense for the side of Bubbles, and still sticking with it. Gets a great 50 pinch, sends it to the other side, just burning so much time, and with no time left, Menu trying to keep it alive, but misses the touch. And that's Wood River going up 1-0.
I definitely have to say, though, I think even though total shots 64-36, it feels like this is a mechanically close game.
Yeah, I would agree. I think both teams are in the same wheelhouse of what they're able to accomplish and consistently do. Mm-hmm. Where I think if you did look at last match, it was Rigby being a significantly higher skill ceiling team compared to that of Valview in terms of just aerial play and ground control and car control. But this game's looking a little bit closer. And from the side of Burley, honestly, they were 1 goal away. Just a lot of time got burned when they just volleyballed and pinched it back and forth. And that's sort of the desperate attempts that can bite you on later when you don't really have control of the ball.
We're seeing a lot of like what I affectionately call mosh pit Rocket League,
Yeah.
where there's like 6 people in the same quadrant at all times, and that quadrant is just, it kind of looks like a pinball machine if you're looking at it top to bottom, because the ball is just going car to car, team to team, and then you kind of get it like grouped in that corner, and it's going to be like 2 minutes before anybody gets it out of the corner.
No, yeah, you're 100% right. That definitely can feel like that at times, especially with this. But Bubble going for a flip reset, wasn't able to get it though. Just a couple seconds off. A little bit of tech pause there from the side of Burley and Wood River. Gonna take a quick little second pause, but should be back in the game anytime soon. Off the bat, I saw Bubbles almost pull off a double touch, which I imagine, unless I start seeing that more consistently, I'm not gonna raise the sort of Wood River might be over. But nevertheless, it's a highlight reel goal for sure if they can replicate it.
And then it looks like immediately after, the ball's just going to do its own thing off on the side. We actually see Bubble get some fantastic air using all their boosts to get there. And then immediately after that, we do see YT and Dark Shepherd currently passing the ball back and forth. And it looks like Dark Shepherd's just going to drive that right on the empty net, and there's nothing Wood River can do to stop him.
Starting off strong here, Burley catching the lead so far. Just a big question now of can they hold on to it? Will the Wood River offense be able to tie it up once again? I think I might put my chips on the side of Burley, keeping this close.
And it looks like we see the ball once again just go up on the side. Now this time it is Super Waves that kind of bounces it off into the corner. We see 3 members of different teams elevate, and it looks like Bubbles is going to be the one currently in possession. The ball bounces it off the side corner. Ooh, almost gets that double touch, but unfortunately it's just going to go not quite the way that Wood River wanted. And then we do see Bubbles get the ball 50 and sent up into the air, and then it looks like YT is going to be the next one to touch. No, Nap Thief is going to steal that ball right out from under them, as well as all of their naps.
Bubbles still sticking with it here. A great 50, has themselves in a really good position here, able to beat Dark Shepherd, but just a poor pinch 50 with the sidewall there. Crossy is one of the best defenders in the game.
No one has more recorded saves.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody in the game. Oh, but a team shot is going to find an empty net for the side of Burley, and that's Wood River keeping it even here, finding the equalizer.
And it looks like, kind of as we see, it looks like Super Waves was there but backed off to give Bubbles a touch, and Bubbles had the better touch. So amazing patience on Super Waves there. 3 minutes and 52 seconds, and these two teams are tied in the best of 5, with Wood River up 1 match overall.
And you get to pinch, sending it over to the green half here. Bubbles going to get 1 touch. Menu decides to go for the boost. Conception had a shot potential, but wasn't able to take it. Bubbles winning the 50, still has the chance to put it in the back of the net, but Menu is able to put a stop to it. Super Wave missing the shot opportunity here. Now Steve to take 1. It's a slow shot that's going to be easily saved by Shepherd and banged over to the other side. Now it's Bubbles going for the defense, was able to execute perfectly. Any other pinch here? It's definitely Bubbles. That seems like the carry so far in terms of putting the most effort in right now. Super Wave trying to get a read off the backboard, wasn't able to do it, and now it's Thief gonna have to cut a rotation here, take control of the ball on the own half.
Immediately after that, we see the ball actually just get 50-50 to cross the field. Now it looks like Wood River's recovered faster, and had people over on that side of the field currently in possession of the ball, and now it's just kind of locked in this corner between these two teams. And it looks like Dark Shepherd's going to try to get the touch, but actually just unwittingly set Bubbles up for the perfect goal for Wood River.
I don't know if they got a little confused, decided to wait after, but nevertheless they made a crucial mistake driving up the sidewall and then going off and into the goal area. You mess up your car balance and you're not able to control the car once you land. Unfortunate, but that means Wood River is going to take the lead. But it's only a 1-goal lead, so it's not much of a buffer zone, nor is it one that they can be comfortable with. VA keeping it close, keeping it in the gray half here so far. Nap going for a touch, but it's going to be Bubbles that gets the beat, so sticking with the ball. Menu trying to play some backward defense. Bubbles there to disrupt. Thief is going to back off, and Super Wave's going to go in and get a touch. Now it's Wave trying to set up for a teammate. Bubbles leaving it for Thief. Thief took a shot on net, but it's a bit too slow and bounced a bit too much to pose any real threats. And Bubbles going attempt after attempt, not able to get anything done, and score's going to stay 2-1 here. 2 minutes left.
As we're once again locked in the corner, we do see the ball actually go from one corner to the other with a clear. And then immediately after that, we see Dark Shepherd, who just got demoed, get back into the thing as the ball just kind of leisurely bounces over into the midfield and then is locked in the corner, and then Dark Shepherd bounces it off of the sidewall, credited with ruining Nap Thief's shot there. Wood River currently up 1, 2-1, a minute and 44 seconds remaining, as it looks like Super Waves is going to elevate to try to touch the ball and totally miss. And then it looks like YT currently in possession sends it over into the corner, but also demos Nap Thief for their effort. Nap Thief can't play the game. They've respawned once again with 33 buff, 33 boost to get the next touch, and then it looks like YT just holding the ball on the hood of their car for a second, and we're locked in the corner mosh pit right now.
Ooh, Bubbles.
One corner to the other.
Getting so close to finding this net, but just mere inches off of finding it. Hitting Crossy once again. Bubbles getting a perfect little setup for Superwave. Superwave elevated to take a shot, but it's a bit too wide, a bit too high here. But now it's Nap Thief getting a soft touch to control the ball. Getting a little forgetting the mechanical name, but backflipping essentially. Superwave to take another shot, trying to redeem themselves. A tri-team commit. They get the save, but you leave yourself super exposed for the next shot that gets taken. It's Bubbles that's going to put it in the back of the net. Half flip, that's
just barely. They kind of stopped. You see Dark Shepherd just kind of stop and wait for a second, take their hands off the wheel, and didn't have quite enough time to put them back on to save that shot. Immediately after that, we see Menu going to win the 50-50, send things over to, it looks like Nap Thief. No, it's YT that's going to steal the touch right out from under them. And then immediately after that, we see Dark Shepherd just kind of lock this ball in the corner for now, as there's a little bit of a clear, and then the ball moves towards midfield, off into the other corner. Dark Shepherd now chasing it down, vying with Nap Thief. It looks like Menu's just going to come out of nowhere. Send things over into corner. 30 seconds remaining. Burley needs to score 1 goal every 15 seconds to tie with Wood River's 3.
Getting about to this 20-second mark here. Bubbles gets a demo on Menu here, and with a 2-goal lead, that's exactly the buffer zone they want. They feel comfortable with this one. All they have to do is realistically just keep control of the ball. Superwave gets a double commit, though. This could be dangerous for them. Bubbles is going to get a touch, slow it down, keep it in the gray corner here. With still only 1 goal, Shepherd trying to put it in their hands, but gets a bad touch and not going to be able to find a teammate to get to the ball. And that's Wood River going up 3-1, and ooh, just look at that total shots and side control. We're seeing
oh my gosh, 82 and 18. That's the biggest we've had.
Yeah, we're seeing
oh no, not quite.
What's the I'm forgetting the word for it. When things are similar across multiple different occurrences. Why am I not able to get this word? I wasn't able to remember half flip. Now I'm able to remember this.
You can't just say that things are similar?
They are similar.
Does that not satisfy
similar.
you, call it?
You know.
Would you like me to pull out the dictionary and flip through it for you?
It's just gonna bug me. It's gonna bug me now because I can't like the brain's going, but there's nothing that's being productive with this thought
brain
process.
going, nothing there.
Yes. Yeah. like what doing, brain?
What doing? What in fact?
Nevertheless, Wood River 2-0. This might be the third series of the day that ends up being a 3-0. With the way it's going, even though Burley had the early lead, they kind of lost it.
What's the difference in the way Wood River is playing? Because we thought this was a similarly skilled matchup, but 82% of all goals taken tells a different story.
I've seen so far, I think the deciding factor is honestly Bubbles. Bubbles has been a really quality player on the side of Wood Rivers, but also I see a little less triple commits and double commits from the side of Wood River as well than I have from Burley. Like, I think 2 of their goals were mainly impactful because they double committed and found themselves in a bad spot.
And with that, we do see the ball in a bad spot, just kind of locked in this corner as all team members just are, ooh, actually, perfect spot for Nap Thief, who just kind of elevates through main field and sends that ball. We see its journey from the corner all the way to midfield, just kind of, we see Death, who actually is a swap for Burley. We see them elevate, but they're unable to stop Nap Thief, putting Wood River on the board 1-0, 4 minutes and 34 seconds remaining. 50-50 is going to go the way of Super Waves and Wood River.
So far, Bubbles keeping control. Now up the sidewall here, going to get a bang over to the shot, over to the side of the net for the Gray, but still sticking with this ball. Gets an unlucky redirect off of one of the Burley defenders here. Menu's going to take a shot onto the net, though. It's not going to get anywhere near close, though. The just trying to make progress. Send it over to the other side. Not Superwave doing the same. Send it over to the gray corner here. It's going to be Menu that sends it off the ceiling here, but not able to get it clear as Bubbles still on the ball. Gets a perfect demo, now sending up Superwave and has the perfect shot of their life. What a sequence. And just as I was talking about it, Bubbles being a key player for this Wood River team.
Bubbles is their own assist unit, kind of setting up Super Waves down midfield, and Dark Shepherd just a little bit too far to the left to stop the heartthrob from happening main field. Excuse me. Wood River up 2, 3 minutes and 57 seconds remaining. And then immediately after that, we see the ball kind of going toward a corner, but I sense it won't stay there for very long as Dark Shepherd redirects it back down to midfield, and everybody's left chasing.
Nap trying to get hold of the ball, gets demoed
Poor guy.
though.
Poor pal.
Oh, now a shot on net, perfect, but Bubbles elevates. It's going to be able to play some defense, but the ball's in a bad position here, but it's not taking action quickly enough on the side of Burley. It's going to be a clear from Nap Thief. Still sticking with the ball, gets a boost steal here. Bubbles still being a menace in this Burley half. It's finally going to be Death that's going to be able to clear it, but it's Superwave that's going to be able to put a stop to all of that and get a beat on one player. A bad mistouch from Shepard. They are going to be able to pinch though and get it out. I don't think it was necessarily intentional here. Now Death might have the opportunity to put one finally in the net beside of Burley, and that's just what they're able to do.
And with that, they're only down 1, 2-1. We do see Bubbles, get subverted and then just not able to get there fast enough as Death bounces the ball through all corners of the goal, just for style points. Burley down 1 still, 3 minutes and 9 seconds remaining.
Off the kickoff.
Almost a rule one.
Stall one. Bubbles not going to take control, send up to their own corner here, playing a little bit defensive ball. Death trying to take advantage though, trying to set something up for a teammate. Steeping, keeping aerial control. It was looking like a shot attempt on net. It's saved by Superwave, and Shepard's going to get a wall pinch that unfortunately goes to their own side, and a double commit from the side of Wood River. Now Snap Thief trying to get a shot on net here, trying to set a teammate up. Bubbles elevates and puts a perfect shot. What a well-placed one. Just off the 50 here. Not a better placement you can ask for in terms of this ball. It just finds the corner here. And I believe that's Menu that just probably didn't think that was going to go in net, but touches the side of the crossy, and that's the one time crossy is going to help you, honestly.
It feels like Dark Shepherd is always inches away from stopping the play. Like, they know their rotations, they know where to be, just don't quite have the car control to make the ball do what they want.
Another double commit from the side of Burley there. A second one. Not going to be able to find any goals if you don't have anybody in the right position to do so. Dark Shepherd's going to miss a touch. It's going to leave Nap to take a shot on net. It's saved by Death, though, however, and boomed immediately over to the Wood River side corner. Bubbles getting a great defensive play, elevating, trying to get a redirect, trying to get this ball out of their zone. It's a try miss from different players on the team. Now it's Bubbles with a bit of flick. A teammate's going to disrupt. It honestly could have been another goal from the side of Wood Rivers, but Superwave being a little selfish there.
And then with that, we see Menu kind of take possession of the ball. Now it is Dark Shepherd currently in possession of the ball as it kind of goes careening into the corner. The 50-50 sends it up into the air. And then there's a little bit of a skirt going on as the ball follows the corner. And then we see Death pass it, actually unwittingly, to Bubbles, who gets a clear all the way over into the white side of the field. And it looks like this might be another goal for Wood River if they can get the follow-up. Several shots have been taken. The ball is in the hands of Bubbles, and as soon as Bubbles has that, you better bet your buns that they're going to put it in the net.
A little bit of confusion in front of the net.
Ooh, put that in reverse for the style points there. Backing up like a parking spot.
Gotta have the driving skills to do so. Less than a minute 30 here. Nap's going to get a great redirect touch. Menu trying to get something to happen here. Now it's Bubbles with a lot of control. Attempting to go for the air dribble here. Able to get one and get under another. Trying to keep it alive. Death is going to get the stop to the play, though. It's Nap that's trying to keep it alive. Dark Shepherd on the rotate here. Nap being an absolute menace. Still winning a lot of their 50 commits. The double commit from the side of Brady. They are fortunately able to clear the ball.
Minute remaining. Wood River still up 3, 55 seconds. Burley only has 1 on the board right now. As we see Menu kind of go over to the corner, actually just decide to leave as Dark Shepherd takes possession of the ball, and it looks like Death is going to try to get a touch, maybe do some defending action as Bubbles bounces it off of the back wall. Death sees their opportunity and is going to clear the whole field. Will they be able to get a goal? They're just going to kind of follow that ball all the way in to just give it a little bit more security here.
Purely happened because of a double commit. And because of that double commit, Nap was able to so far out of position.
Burley still down to 37 seconds remaining. That's one goal every 15 seconds. As we see Super Waves kind of send it over into the corner of Death, where immediately Death kind of takes the ball, and it looks like Napthief is going to elevate it. Is that another empty net? No. Bubbles has learned from their team's mistakes here. As we just kind of see the ball rotate into corner, get popped up into the air. Bubbles currently in possession. The only one playing the aerial game right now. So is able to just kind of schmooves it right on past Death. But both Menu and Dart are in net to maybe stop the goal attempt. Not quite, as Bubbles pulls off a hat trick with some putting some style points and some schmovement.
Unfortunate for the side of Burley. It's now with only 10 seconds here. They're going to need 3 goals, and they haven't quite been able to shape up to that expectation in terms of scoring goals that fast. And with a lot of time being burned, Bubbles going for the 50 play, making a commitment here. Menu's going to touch the ground, or actually he's going to make the ball touch the ground, and that's going to be another 3-0 sweep. Third of the day.
69% of overall total shots. So we got to say Burley definitely improved from map 2 to map 3 in terms of the shots that they were taking. I think Death was probably a good swap for them, even though they weren't able to kind of pull off the reverse sweep against Wood River, who's now fist bumping Rigby and Valley View over in the corner as the sweep squad.
Sweep squad, don't get any points for sweeping. You don't get any extra credit for it, but nevertheless, getting it is so nice to have. It's just such a good feeling to be able to sweep. It really lets you know you're doing a little better.
And presented by the Idaho Army National Guard, who invites you to take your impressive critical thinking skills into real time. With more than 10 jobs offering a $20,000 bonus and your degree of choice paid for, the Idaho Army National Guard is the best team out there.
I do want to point out for that last game, or the second game, I made the statement of the double commits, and normally I don't have a lot of stats, but that game I was being rather attentive and looking at both teams. Burley had a grand total of 6 double commits and 1 triple, while Wood River had a total of 3 triple commits and no triple commits, or 3 double commits, no triple commits. Just want to clarify that if I said it weirdly.
So you're saying double commit diff?
Yeah, 100%. I think not 100%, but I think that's a major thing that
86%.
That does exist for Burley. That should be something they should try and iron out and find a solution for.
And with Wood River going on against Mountain Home, what do you think their big thing they need to iron out is?
I think for Mountain Home, I've got to see how they're playing before I make any real assumptions, because it's sort of how I made the talk about Valview is that I sort of want to see how they play, and while it's not the same thing as facing off against Rigby, it definitely is something that I need to see how they play. I'm not going to make any assumptions just yet.
A wise caster. They're not going to kind of put the curse on either of the teams here. We will get to our next match, which is Mountain Home versus Wood River, after this break.
Growing up in Idaho, we have certain rules we live by. First rule, camouflage never goes out of style. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by. Here are a couple lessons I've learned over the years. Friendships come in all shapes and sizes. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Idaho Central Credit Union, looking after your daily balance.
Dave, it's your Idaho Central app. I know this car got you through college, but check this out. In my credit, your credit score looks good. And there's a great rate on this auto loan so we can score a roomier ride. Whoa, who's driving this thing? The closest Idaho Central Credit Union branch is in your pocket.
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
It's me, your Idaho Central Credit Union app. Rough morning. Is that a mobile deposit? I got this. Beat it, Charlie. We're making money moves here. Cha-ching. And done.
Charlie, come on, outside.
Sorry about the mess. I'd help if I had hands. The closest Idaho Central Credit Union branch is in your pocket.
Hello and welcome back into the Boise State Esports Arena. We have Wood River, Rigby, and Valley View all in the sweep squad. And Wood River will now be going against Mountain Home in our next matchup. Thank you for joining us again, once again, after the break. It looks like Wood River is definitely trying to maybe clean up some of their double and triple commits against this unknown dark horse of Mountain Home, to kind of try to take the rest of the tournament. I'm your host, Colby Alloway, and joining me is Colin McJunkin, resident Rocket League expert. Impart unto me your wisdom for this next match.
First part is the wise man never calls himself the wise man.
I'm calling you the wise man.
I'll humbly accept it. I wouldn't call myself an expert. I think if I was an expert, I'd be casting RLs. Yes. Please hire me.
Gotta hold on. Let me.
Yeah,
there's the wall
just got a
outlet.
quick plug. You see my Twitter. It was in the lower thirds. But yeah, I sort of said it before. I'm not gonna make a whole lot of super assumptions. I know how Wood River plays, but Mountain Home is just an unknown to me. I think the big thing that Wood River needs to sort of pick up on is if Mountain Home is a better team than Burley, it cannot be all on. I believe it was Bubbles V8. The Bubbles, in my opinion, Bubbles V8 did a lot more for the team than just sort of like what.
Oh yeah.
Standard like, oh, they scored a lot of goals. They
Bubbles
did a
is
lot
like,
for the team.
Get in the backpack, pals. We're rolling.
Yeah.
That was definitely the Bubbles show last map. And they let them do a sweep. So, like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But we'll find out here pretty soon. Mountain Home versus Wood River map 1. We'll find out pretty soon if it's broken.
But I will say Nap was also a pretty crucial player as well. As sort of like I'm refreshing through the game in my mind. I would say Map was pretty crucial.
Nap was like early game, and then Bubbles was like late game. They kind of like passed the torch halfway through.
I'm excited to see how their defense will shape up, because quite honestly, I don't think they didn't get pressured on defense a whole lot. Like a lot of times when Burley did score, it was just like, oh, like they double committed or they found some type of weakness, some like weird opening that they took advantage of.
And Doc's keys to the game, just as a refresher to kind of help these two teams in our last 2 matchups here tonight. Doc's keys to the game in Rocket League are to set play style, understand rotations, play to follow up, and sweaty comms. And Doc's keys to the game are brought to us by Drop-In Gaming. Drop-In Gaming is the premier online platform for gamers who seek competition. Play your favorite games to win cash and prizes through free and paid entry matches and tournaments. Whether you are new to the scene or a seasoned veteran, Drop-In Gaming has the right games and competition for you. To begin your competitive gaming journey, sign up at dropingaming.com. And with that, we're going to get right into Mountain Home versus Wood River to kind of see how these two teams stack up.
Will it be another 3-0?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, why not? Why not have another 3-0?
We'll just have everybody in the sweep club.
Yeah, all 5 games.
Why not?
Honestly. Yeah, let's just keep it going. Honestly, this should be a thing of, if you have to slide a little V-bucks to the other team side,
A little V-buck.
Not condoning that action, purely a joke on the side of the desk, but I'd love to see another sweep. I think it would just, it just keeps the momentum rolling.
Oh, of course. Wood River definitely wants to be one of those teams to be like, yeah, we swept twice.
Yeah, that's
in 5 matches.
That's the big thing. Played 6 games, won all 6 of them.
And it looks like as we kind of go over into the corner, we do see Super Waves for the side of Wood River. And then immediately after that, we kind of see Bubbles kind of take the ball, playing that selfish front man there. As it looks like No More Winning is going to actually subvert expectations there, kind of send things over into the midfield where it looks like now Nap Thief is there to receive the ball, kind of bump to disrupt. And it looks like there's a little bit of a breakaway, but it looks like King is going to get demoed in their attempt to defend.
And it is Wood River on the that is in the orange. So the colors are a little swapped on our side. Zero is going to be able to get a touch, send it over to the backboard here. Nap trying to get a read on the ball. It's going to be Bubbles that's going to come in, get the touch, send it to the sidewall. Now off the sidewall, trying to get a play. Use that second jump to get to the ball here, but No More Winning. Sending it up in the air, Super Wave making a mistouch here. Now it's also Nap Thief. It's in an awkward position. It's up to Bubbles to get a clear. Does get 50 though, and leaves the ball in a dead territory. But it's going to be Super Wave that sends it over to the corner, but this still is a dangerous position for the side of Wood River players. They have yet to clear this ball, and under pressure, certain things are going to break, and it doesn't look like Wood River is going to break this time around though.
Bubbles sure isn't, as they get the massive clear, and then immediately after that we see Super Waves kind of skirt, keep it in the corner there. We see Nap Thief get their next touch on the ball, and it looks like King Shard is going to try to disrupt things, and No More Winning is going to send things over to midfield where Bubbles V8 sends things immediately right back into this corner, where it feels like this ball might eternally stay. No, it's going to rotate to a different corner. Nope, back to the same corner.
That's how a lot of these Rocket League games will end up going. Here at Super Wave trying to take a shot on net. Not able to get it though. Now it's Bubbles. Gonna get another bang clear here. Playing a little bit of ping pong now. At the ceiling here is gonna take a shot off the side.
Oh.
Goes a little bit wide though. It's Nap trying to finish it off.
Oh,
is
somebody
there a
touch
second commit? There's a third and then a fourth. After the fourth
Bubbles
one.
finally got it.
Yep.
That's all that matters. Finally sinking in, and we see Nap Thief bounce it off the crossbar. Crossy, most saves in game. Crossy saves it once again, but even Crossy can't stand against Bubbles right now. And it looks like Wood River is going to put our first goal on the board. They are up 1 against Mountain Home.
Bubbles off the sidewall, gets the full boost. Is trying to go for a play. Wasn't able to get to it though. Now it's just Zero. That's the only defender on the side of the blue, but is able to get a successful beat on one of the players here. Not Super Wave. Getting a medium touch. Zero to send it off the sidewall here. Oh, and a little bit of missed touches. Gonna leave Bubbles in a bad situation here. Gets bumped, not able to stick with the ball, having to use a lot of boost to get back to the ground here. Circles back for 100 boost. And a little bit of miscommunication from the side of the Wood River. Luckily for them, though, it gets cleared off a pinch of the sidewall. And No More Winning bumps into Zero. It should be a pretty easy clear for the side of Thief. Keeps going.
Ooh, gets it to midfield before immediately gets stolen by Bruh. There's a name I can agree with. And then we see Bubbles kind of, get the clear, get the shot on goal, but not actually the goal itself. And then immediately after that, Bruh's going to try to clear, kind of get things over in the corner, waiting in the midfield, unable to touch the ball as it's just positioned around them. And then immediately after that, we see No Winning try to get a shot on goal, but unfortunately the ball has too much momentum. And then immediately after that, we see the ball go just above King here. And then we see Nap Thief looking to get the next touch on the ball, actually just going to steal it right from King there, as No More Winning is going to send it down midfield where Bubbles answers immediately with a spike over into the corner. And this just feels like corner-to-corner volleyball right now.
Nap Thief trying to get a clear here, not able to quite do it. Super Wave tried to get the assist, so did Bubbles, but they're not able to do it. And a bad touch might leave Zero with the shot on net. It's a bit wide though, nevertheless gets touched by Bubbles. Now Super Wave trying to get the clear. No More Winning, a risky touch, just almost barely finds its way into the own goal here. Gonna go for an aerial play with only 1:05 roughly here remaining. King is gonna try and recenter. Is he able to center the ball? It was touched by the opposing, but not a great touch as the ball still sticks around in this Wood River half.
Wood River is still up 54 seconds, looking for Mountain Home to try to even things up as Superwave is going to send things over into the corner where they fight with Bruh for the ball. This is a mosh pit corner right now. I see 4 cars on this screen in the same quadrant. Ooh, and Bubbles is just going to send that right in, putting the second score for Wood River on the board.
Really good read off of a accidental pinch slash redirect off of 2 blue cars. Able to take advantage of it though. Now Wood River's up 2-0 with 40 seconds left remaining, but
1 goal over 20.
Yeah, we haven't really seen the full capacity that Mountain Home's been able to operate at, so I wouldn't count them completely out so far.
We see No More Winning, just kind of demo Nap Thief on their way to kind of send the goal in the corner there. We see Bubbles currently in possession of the ball, gets the second touch, and then immediately after that, No More Winning, ooh, just sets up Bubbles V8 perfectly for that hat trick. Bubbles, 3 goals in. Wood River up 3 to Mountain Home's nothing.
Yeah, No More Winning, tried to get a clear there, just unfortunately wasn't able to get a power enough to touch. Only getting a soft touch there, just ended up not working out in their favor. Bubbles, unfortunately for them, positioned just perfectly to receive it. No More Winning, once again, not being able to get a touch. Now it's King off the sidewall here. Gets a little bit of center for the opposition. It's going to take a shot on net. Now with 8 seconds left, they've got to get 3 goals or it's going to be the end of game 1, but it's highly unlikely that they do so, but they could be putting 1 more on the board. And an absolute bang of a clear with only 1 second left. It could find its last second in. Doesn't even take the last bounce.
Have mercy.
40-0 for the side of Wood River so far.
From 1 goal to another, Bubbles, pal, buddy, have mercy on Mountain Home right now.
Yeah, they're finding these just these ways inside of Mountain Home's head so far that haven't been able to recover. Granted, 2 of the goals is what I would count as mistakes. The last one I wouldn't count at all. It's a last desperation sort of kickoff there, or last desperation attempt to get the ball in the back of the net. So I'm not going to count it. However, though, I will say the 3rd goal, it's a mistake. They took advantage, but I'm not going to count it against them once again. Hopefully they clean it up and it's not replicated. But I would say Wood River definitely earned that game, winning it in my mind 2-0.
Proposed solution for Mountain Home. Demo Bubbles.
Yeah.
Win game.
Seems simple.
Simple 2-step process. It feels clickbaity. It feels like maybe one of those YouTube videos that's like, how to win Rocket League, step 1, step 2.
It's not a bad strategy at all. It definitely isn't. Bubbles has been a...
Wow! Or just score a goal on the 50-50. That works too, Mountain Home. Go off, King.
Oh, okay, I see what it was. They were trying to get a clear. I think Bubbles was trying to get a clear and accidentally collided into Superwave. Unfortunate, but Wood River nevertheless gets the lead right now in less than 7 seconds. So sticking with the ball, Bubbles trying to make something happen here. Might have the chance to do it. Misses the touch. Not able to put a shot on net. Now More Winning gets 1 more past it. Might be Zero that finds the net. Was disrupted by Bubbles, but the ball is still centered. And a beautiful shot taken, but it's a bit too far. Bit too wide, but Bubbles still on it. Able to get a clear. Looking to get a second touch. Trying to get over 1 more. Does get it over 0. No More Winning is able to clear it though, however. Nappy looking to get around. So it's keeping it in this blue corner. King has yet to be able to clear it. A little bit of double commit. But Superwave was able to back off just in time and able to recommit to this ball, but not good for another touch. It's up to Bubbles now.
And then we kind of see the ball go to midfield. And actually, ooh, King is emerging as our other carry there for Mountain Home. And then it looks like Bubbles is going to kind of take the ball, send it over to midfield. It looks like Bruh's going to try to get in the way. And then we see No More Winning currently trying. It looks like Bruh's going to get it clear to midfield. And then immediately after that, take the ball over into this corner where them and Superwave both elevate. And the ball immediately goes back to midfield where King is trying to set up for another goal as Nap Thief just furiously tries to get there in time to defend.
Bubbles takes a shot off the backboard there. Not able to get it. No more winning. It's credit the save. Now waiting for a pass from King. Was disrupted by Bubbles. Bubbles still on this ball. Able to get a 50 off the top of the car. One of the defenders from Mountain Home here. No more getting chased to the demo. Now it's King trying to get a center here. Trying to set up a teammate. Bubbles gets the clear. About 3 minutes and 15 seconds left and a massive clear, but No More Winning's able to get a touch on the ball, but Bubbles going to retake the shot. Able to position himself just right.
So Mountain Home and Wood River 1-1. It looks like No More Winning's going to send things over into the corner, but nobody accounted for Bubbles as Winning wasn't able to stop the second shot on goal. 3 minutes and 13 seconds. This is a tied game.
Still a lot of game left to play, too. Never know exactly what's going to happen. No More Winning trying to stick with the ball, not able to get any real carry out of it or keep possession of the ball. How to get a clear. Things off the sidewall. Bubbles to get one touchdown. Keep it in the corner here. No More Winning. Expending a lot of boost. Could be a shot on net. Beautifully done by Bubbles there. Able to take advantage of a triple commit in the corner by Mountain Home. Yeah, just catching all three of them so far out of position.
Kingshire just wasn't able to elevate, get there high enough to like stop that goal. Wood River now up 2-1. 2 minutes and 53 seconds remaining as we get a clear over into the corner. Looks like No More Winning is gonna actually be one of the only ones there to chase the ball against Nap Thief there. Go up onto the sidewall. Bubbles actually gets the touch, gets a clear over to midfield, and now it is Super Waves playing defense for Mountain Home. Or Super Waves playing defense, excuse me, for Wood River.
In a really tricky situation here, and it's No More Winning. Another trip, a different side. This is the first I've seen Wood River triple commit this badly so far, especially in front of their net, which is definitely not where you want to be doing it at. And that allows Mountain Home to equalize the game and keep it super close, 2-2 with 2 minutes 30 seconds left. And off this kickoff, favor going inside of Wood River player.
Immediately after that, we kind of see it locked in the corner here a little bit, and then we see Bruh and King try to fight for that ball, and then it looks like Super Wave is going to send things over to the backboard, and Bubbles, almost is going to score, but King steps up as the king they are to save that goal. Bruh tries to dribble it all the way across the field, unable to do so, as now the ball just kind of gets clear all the way over into the corner. No More Winning bounces it off of the sidewall, and then immediately after that, Super Waves kind of tries to break away with it, but now it is Bruh once again with tires on ball. Ooh, Bubbles, that's got to be dangerous for Mountain Home right now.
Still trying to stay with this ball. It's Bubbles sending over to the orange sidewall right now. It's Zero trying to get a touch on the ball, not able to do it. Zero gets a disrupt here. King sending over to the orange corner right now. Also sitting there. Glide able to get a touch on the ball. Now it's up to Nap. Nap gets a mid-touch here, but Bubbles is quick to follow up here. Now it's 100 boost. Bubbles is sticking with the ball. Not a whole lot of boost to work with, but just enough to get up in the air. Nap's going to make a commit as well. Makes the right commit. Plays off the miss. And that is Wood River. Find the lead once again.
And we do kind of see the bounce over off into the sideline from the skies there, and then this next 50-50 is going to be very determinant as we go into the final minute and 21 seconds of the game, and there's only a 1-goal difference between these two teams.
Oh.
Now 2-goal difference.
Even before we can transition, a missed touch from the side of Super Glide, and Bubbles is winning the perfect little opening there.
Bubbles, you were the chosen one.
Going down a path I cannot follow.
Almost a Rule 1 there, as we now see Broad chasing after the ball as it bounces right in front of their goal. 1 minute and 9 seconds, both of these teams 3-3. It looks like No More Winning is going to stake things over into the corner. It looks like Super Waves is going to take the ball immediately from them as we go into the final minute. I think the next person that scores a goal wins the game. And that's Bubbles right now. So Wood River's looking pretty good.
We're going to hat trick as well with it. Honestly, I'm not 100% sure because both these teams have been scoring really fast off of the other team's mistakes.
Definitely.
So late into the game right now. I honestly, I think it's still anyone's game at this point. And it's only a 1-goal lead, but right now could make it 2.
Crossbar.
Ooh, No More Winning is going to be able to get a slight bit of clear here. Bubbles going to take it off the corner. And that be trying to get a shot on net. And
there it is.
Sitting there with the patience. The timing is perfect. Finds one more.
Nap Thief takes their team up 2. As we kind of see the redirect just elevated over the enemy team there. Beautiful, flawless execution. 42 seconds, and it looks like there's a 2-goal deficit, so that's 1 goal every 21 seconds.
Now Napty still controlling the ball. Gonna go for the attempt to center here. Superwave taking a shot. Only able to put it off the sidewall here. Zero, try to stick with it. Only 30 seconds left. Bubble is able to send it over, able to center one more time, and Napty takes a shot and a beautiful save from No More Winning here. Sosig on the sidewall, now elevates off the sidewall, trying to get a play to go. Solo play, making it happen, not able to do it as Bubble's going to be to disrupt here. Looking like the hero both offensive and defensively for the side of Wood River as less than 10 seconds. It's looking desperate.
And as we kind of go up, we do see King Shard in possession of the ball, bouncing it over to the side. We see No More Winning get demoed by Napthi, but immediately that's answered by Para. And as the final second goes in, it looks like that Wood River is going to take that. 65-35.
Quite the percentage change. Wood River now at match point. Pretty big for them, honestly. I think if it really doesn't come to fruition, I'm going to be sad about it. The fact they won't be able to say, "Hey, I played 6 games.
6 games, won them all.
I won 6 games.
Flex.
You know, I'm 6 for 6 here." So I would love to see it, quite honestly. But I'd also like to see Mountain Home come back a little bit and put up a little bit more of a fight because they definitely have the ability to do so. But I feel like most of the goals right now on the side for the majority of goals for both sides so far have been off of each other's mistakes, which is half the game.
Which is exactly what you want your Rocket League goals to be, is like, yeah, I punished the enemy team, and so I was rewarded with a goal. It makes the game feel very, like, actionable and rewarding when the enemy is able to make a mistake and you're able to immediately answer that.
Which is a really big piece of advice that a lot of, not to diss either of these teams right now, but a lot of lower level teams, the advice given to that is simply find yourself in a good position right now to take advantage of the enemy team's mistakes. You don't have to have these flashy mechanical plays and these insane, reads and passing plays and touches and backboard touches and double touches and flip resets. You don't need to have all that. Most of the time you can find your success off of waiting for the enemy team to make a mistake, make a double commit, make a bad touch, and you're just in the right position to field the ball. That's all you got to do. And at the end of the day, I think winning's more important than looking good on stream. Because I'd rather win than
because winning makes you look better on
winning
stream.
Makes you look better. Yeah, I scored. I can say I scored a really cool double touch, or a flip reset. But if my team lost by like 4, what's better?
If your team lost by 4, that's where you go to the highlight reel, not the match replay.
Winning, trying to set it down in the middle here, not able to do it. Almost put a little bit on the defensive side right now. No, but it's beautiful save by Superwave coming in from out of nowhere in the screen. So sticking with the ball. Zero almost centering a little bit. There's Bubble with the shots. Ooh, and a bad little touch there from the side of Mountain Home defense. It's gonna set up Wood River with the lead right now.
Bubbles has adjusted their backpack straps and ready to carry this for Wood River. 4 minutes and 31 seconds in, and Wood River's already up 1 against Mountain Home. We're going to try. Mountain Home is kind of, at this point, going for the reverse sweep or bust, as it looks like Bra's going to elevate, be able to touch the ball, kind of bounce it out of that corner, and it looks like the next touch is going to be napped and then flicks. And then immediately after that, their ball is kind of disrupted. No More Winning sends it in front of goal, but it just goes a little bit too far as Nap Thief is currently in possession, and Bra is able to at least get the touch to disrupt.
Nap Thief tried to get a touch on it. Not able to do too much with it, though. A little bit double commit from the side of Wood River. That could be dangerous here. Maybe we get a pretty fast pinch off the side of it. Nap doing the due diligence, sitting in net. Now off the sidewall here, trying to get it clear. It's going to be Flix. That's going to be the one to get over. Is Flix a sub, actually?
Yep.
I think I just noticed that. Yeah, Flix is a sub. Interesting to see if Flix will make a difference in how this team performs so far, and if they'll be able to stay alive in game number 3.
Against Wood River, and it looks like 3 minutes and 29 seconds as we kind of, the clock continues to drain down. No goals. Ooh. Man, just those shot accuracies just need to be like maybe 2% more accurate, and I think this is a different matchup between Mountain Home and Wood River.
The game of inches, quite honestly, and another
Bubbles has got him.
another little bit of Confucius mistake here. Not the philosopher, but just confusion. No More Winnings decides to rotate away. Brad Zero is stagnant inside the net, and Flix makes a bad touch. It's just going to lead to an easy little walk-in for the side of Bubbles. Now Superwave gets one touch, trying to make a pass happen to Bubbles. Bubbles takes a shot off the net to elevate to get the defense. Are able to get it through, but Bubbles!
Oh my gosh.
Another
One
hat
after
trick.
another.
I believe that's 2 games in a row. I don't know if they got it in game 1. But 3 goals, and the time with less than 3 minutes left, definitely not over for the side of Mountain Home. They're definitely still in this, but the way it's shipping out for
It's feeling bad.
Yeah, for the way it's shipping out, Wood River's definitely in control right now.
Kind of bounce things over into the corner, and immediately after that we see Flix just kind of trying to take possession of the ball, pass it over to No More Winning, and then immediately the ball is kind of locked in this corner, and actually no, it escapes to midfield, and then immediately after that Bubbles sends it over into the blue where No More Winning kind of answers with possession, and it looks like the ball's just going to barely go over Bubbles, and it looks like now it's Nap Thief's time to shine. No, it's still Bubbles as they kind of elevate, and then immediately after that the ball is just popcorning back and forth between these two teams.
Flix getting the pass. Brad Zero now at the backboard here. A little bit of double commit from the side of Wood River here, but Bubbles is able to recover quickly. Almost able to beat 2 more attackers from the side of Mountain Home. And once again, another defensive double commit. This could be dangerous if Wood River continues to repeat this behavior. And it's looking like this could be their first goal for the side of Mountain Home in the series, and it is. And just as I was talking about, more than anything in these later
Look
games.
at all those people in that goal.
Yeah.
You got 3 of your team. You got your 2 other teammates, and then you got 1 of the enemy in that goal. Just a party past that line there.
You've got to stay diligent. You know, I get it's 3 games in. I get it's a lot to get here, but you need to stay diligent here. You cannot start losing grit, because the moment you do, your mistakes
gonna punish you.
Yeah. Like we sort of said before, a lot of the goals here so far in this game are when the enemy team makes mistakes here, and you need to be the team that makes the least amount of mistakes so far.
And it looks like No More Winning is going to actually send the ball off the ceiling into midfield. It looks like Bubbles gets the next touch, send it over in the corner. It looks like Bruh is currently in possession, trying to take it over into the orange side of the field. Passes to No More Winning. Ooh, and then it just goes rolling straight in with Flick able to get the final touch. Mountain Home is making a comeback.
Don't call it a comeback. Yeah, 2 misses there from the side of the net. Shaper Glide was not able to get up and elevate high enough. Minute and 30 left. Just a minute and 30. It's a minute and 30 ago. Mountain Home was losing by 3, and just like that, they have come
Tied
back
the game.
and tied the game up. This is where the mental game needs to strengthen for the side of Wood River, because if they start going, wow, they just worked so much on us. Yeah. You do something.
We're going to throw to a break after this so Wood River can touch some grass.
Yeah.
It looks like No More Winning is going to kind of bounce back and forth with Bubbles V8, and it looks like Bruh's going to send things over into midfield. Bubbles getting the next touch. It really feels like they're the offensive for Wood River right now. Doesn't have a whole lot of offensive support, so now Mountain Home is able to kind of run away, take full possession, send it over into the orange with that pass to Flick that is kind of disrupted by Nap Thief. And then as we go into the final minute, both of these teams are still tied. Wood River looking to pull off their second sweep of the night, but they've got a tall task ahead of them.
Shot on net, but it's going to be an easy save for the side of No Winning. Bubbles still putting a lot of effort into this game. Actually, when you look at the other teammates' accolades, I don't know if it's just not updating, but Bubbles has definitely been the backpack for this team so far. Another shot on net. Now 30 seconds left. Thief sending it over to the other side here. Superwave gets a 50 here. This could be bad for them. Oh, an unfortunate 50. It's just going to give Mountain Home the lead right now.
And it looks like No More Winning just sends it over all 3 members of Mountain Home there. We see Bubbles closest in the net, but ultimately they too will fail, putting Mountain One up 1, 25 seconds remaining.
Sorry, No More Winning. Oh, great block on the side of Wood River right now. Now it's Bubbles trying to get a turnaround. Does get one touch, but No More Winning was quick to back it up. Now with only 10 seconds left. A whiff from both sides, a second whiff from the side of Wood River here. Now it's up to Bubbles. Bubble gets demoed though, and that more than likely is the game here, as I don't think anyone else on this Wood River team is going to be able to regroup, and not able to do it. Mountain Home stops the 3-0 sweep, is able to stay alive for one more game.
And with that, Wood River is going to kind of take a second as we look at these stats, kind of reset, maybe flex their fingers here before we get into next match.
I don't know if the UI was glitching out for Nap Thief, but Nap Thief having no accolades on that side is really concerning. And I get, certain players take control of the game and they move on with it, but
you gotta have something.
You gotta have something. There's got to be some contribution to the team, and when you take a 3-0 lead so fast and then you lose it just as fast, to me,
You're
that's
not respecting your opponent.
That's a sign of mentally you're clocking out, you're making mistakes, and honestly, there are way more double commit mistakes. You weren't making, with the side of Wood River, you weren't making nearly as many double commits from the side on defense and offense, and in the span that which Mountain Home got their first goal to end up getting 4, I saw like 3. Which is a lot to get, and each time you made a double commit, it eventually led to a goal. So you might want to fix it up a bit.
Your double commit is the enemy team's scoreline.
Yep. That's basically what I would call a lot of these series at this point. The team that makes the least mistakes is often the team that I will see find themselves victorious.
And we kind of see Nap Thief take things over into the corner. Currently, it looks like Bruz setting up to contest that ball. Just barely bumps it as Nap Thief just kind of keeps careening off. Looks like Bubbles is in possession of the ball, but that ball's kind of locked in that corner a little bit there as it rolls to in front of the net, and a missed touch is just going to keep on letting it roll as Bruz Zero kind of stops it from getting any further into the blue, and it's once again locked in another corner.
There we go, one more touch there. Super Wave, sending it back down. Now it's up to Nap Thief. Has to get one more touch, makes a missed touch, not able to get anything off of it. Blakes advancing with it. Bubbles takes a shot. It's number 1 that's in the side of the net. Able to get one more touch off it. Now also trying to get it clear. Gets one touch down. Bubbles gets one and keeps in the blue corner here and still keeping possession. Not a whole lot of boost, but recenter for Super Wave here. Super Wave took a shot, but Zero's going to be the one to disrupt it and get the save credit. Number 1, he's still sticking with his ball. Bubbles gets a soft touch, still with it. Let Super Wave get the touch.
Bruh, backflips to get in the way. Immediately after that, we'd see No More Winning, playing a little bit of backboard defense there. Love to see it. And then immediately after that, we see Flakes kind of send it over to No More Winning. Bubbles is the final defender for Wood River here as the ball is kind of locked in the corner to battle between these two cars. And we see Bra almost be able to send it in the corner, but it looks like Bubbles will be the next one to take possession, which is dangerous for Mountain Home historically. As Bra defends against the first shot, who will defend against the second shot? It looks like there's not a lot of follow-up from Wood River. So the ball just kind of goes moseying on down, back over into the orange, where Bubbles gives it some momentum over into the blue, going up against Bra Zero as the main defender there. Gets it past Bra Zero, and immediately after that, Super Waves comes in with that support Wood River is looking for. Putting Wood River on the board is the first one to score a goal.
The ball was able to set up Super Wave perfectly, getting the ball over Bra Zero, and just leaves it wide open for Super Wave. And 2 minutes, 50 seconds left. Wood River is able to take the advantage there. That was some non-stop gameplay there. It's still a very low-scoring game, and Bubbles is
the save.
Going to be able to get the save. Not credited for it, though, and still sticking with the ball here, trying to make something happen. Gets one touch. It's a bit too wide, and No More Winning is going to be able to send it over to the blue side of the wall here. Flick's going to slow it down a bit. Nap trying to get some disruption, and not able to do that, though. Bubbles gets a 50. Dangerous position and velocity for this ball right now. Bubbles able to get one touch. Super Wave needs to be able to clear this ball. Is able to get a touch off the shot. Not able to get shot credit or save. Still Zero. Trying to get this ball centered. Trying to get it to a teammate now, but it's Super Wave. Wood River has yet to be able to clear this ball so far, and a lot of pressure coming from the side of Mountain Home, but 50 seconds has elapsed so far, and no goal from the side of Mountain Home.
And it looks like as the minute and 57 kind of ticks down here, we see Super Wave currently in possession of the ball, and immediately after that, it is bounced ahead of them. Flix misses the touch, but Nap Thief sure doesn't. Currently in possession of the ball, tries to hold it on the hood of their car, but it immediately gets stolen. No More Winning sends it off into the opposite corner. Ooh, and Flix gets a shot that's just a little bit too far to the left and above as Bubbles now breaks away with the ball, gets the touch, keeps it in the air. No More Winning. Fantastic backboard defense, is able to just yoink that ball. And it looks like Flickers is trying to get it clear, but Bubbles is going to stop him every step of the way and send the ball back to the corner where it started.
Almost have shot potential there right now. Flix is on the ball, keeping possession. Was given up to the side of No More Winning. Bubbles still on the ball. Flix is going to miss their commit here. Bubbles trying to get a 50. Does able to get a 50. No More Winning find themselves a little bit out of position here, but Zero is able to clean it up as we're just about to enter the under-minute zone. There could be a shot on target, but Zero
left,
sending it a bit too wide right now. But just tempted to redeem themselves with the passing play, but No More Winning also once again sends it a bit too far wide. And time and time again, they've been able to recenter the ball and essentially get the chance to score, but they just haven't been able to put it on target or have been stuffed out by the side of Wood River.
All right, as Bubbles is going to send that over midfield, over into the corner where No More Winning and Bruh both touch the ball and send it actually back all the way over into the orange. Ooh, and straight into the goal. Mountain Home coming alive in the final minute of the game. 34 seconds remaining. Both of these teams are tied. As we see No More Winning just send it above all three defenders that try to converge but are unable to get any tires on ball.
34 seconds left. Completely tied up here. Flix having the speed advantage here. Is looking for it to get a center. Not able to do it since the ball a bit too fast. No More Winning makes a mistake here. Doesn't able to get a touch and Flix off the sidewall. This could be a passing play opportunity, but No More Winning's able to cut it off. Get into about 18 seconds left. V8 gets sent out of the way. It's up to Nap Thief, but Bubbles is able to recover just in time. No More Winning sends it back. This could be a shot opportunity. Brett Zero misses. It's now Zeros with a lot of ball control and a lot of free real estate to work with. No More Winning gets a demo. The shot by Bubbles. The save by Winning. A couple of last second hero plays, but Flix keeps it alive. Trying to make sure the team gets one more goal here, and this matchup will be heading into overtime.
Mountain Home in the overtime trying to keep the reverse sweep dreams alive. Looks like Braziro's just kind of going to carry it on the hood of their car and then kind of touch the ball there. And then we immediately after that, we see, ooh, No More Winning breaks away with the ball, but Nap Thief is there to play the hard defensive. Still no Alkalods to their name, but neither does Flicker have any.
Yeah, both teams having two absolutely incremental teams, and a shot on net from Nap Thief. That's their first accolade. Just a bit too wide, though, not able to clutch it out. Now Zero taking one more attempt. V8 to send it off the backboard here. They could have the right angle to do so, and they do. And that's an overtime goal with only 33 seconds having elapsed.
Wood River didn't pull off the sweep, but they pulled it out in the end. Yeah. Mountain Home really showing that they were a worthy adversary all the way through, but Wood River is going to come out on top of that matchup.
Yeah, they're going to be able to come out top on the end of the day. And while they aren't able to say, oh, I went 6 or 6, but it went 6 for 7.
6 for 7.
That's really good. I mean, in the terms of baseball, that's an absolute outstanding record right there. And really, on any sport, if that's your record in terms of it, that's a really good record to keep it nonetheless. But the more important record is they're 2-0 in terms of series.
Yep.
So they keep it alive, and it's not regular season. This is playoffs. They have advanced a considerable amount. So a good GG's and congratulations to them.
And with that, we will be getting into our next matchup of Nampa versus Canyon Ridge.
I believe I've seen Nampa before, but I have not seen Canyon Ridge play at all. So this will be an interesting game for me on the side of it. Actually, I don't think I've seen Nampa play in Rocket League.
So we don't know what to expect from these two teams.
Yep.
We're going to kind of come out and make some initial opinions maybe in the first couple minutes. And it looks like as we get in, we're in the first couple of seconds, and it looks like Steampunk is going to send things over into the orange where Pluie is going to at least stop the ball a little bit. And then we see Jada take possession of the ball, and it looks like first goal is going to go over to Macho.
Jada not able to get the clear here. Actually does get a touch. Not able to do too much with it, though. And actually, this is a pretty stacked team from the side of Nampa, too. Dragonism and J-Dot. Dragonism, I believe, is a pretty talented player in the terms of it. I believe when Nampa won the whole thing last time around, it was Dragonism that ended up getting player of the game. So definitely looking to see some mighty fine plays out of them, and a supporting player like J-Dot is always a massive piece to have. But so far, Canyon Ridge has the advantage.
Canyon Ridge is up 1 against the star players.
Ooh, but I do see one negative so far. They do have what looks like to be a sitting goalie, which can be dangerous in Dragonism. Like I said, the name is going to strike fear into the hearts of your opponents, and that shot is definitely going to do that too.
Oh, what a shot. And it looks like Underworld just couldn't defend the net in time, just kind of sitting there playing goalie, but unfortunately didn't have any of the boost to kind of get there and stop at 4 minutes and 17 seconds. Canyon Ridge and Nampa High both tied at 1.
J-Dot's going to take another shot here.
Against all 3! Just moves it right on in. We see the ball roll up, follow the corner, Dragonism, pass it down main, and then J-Dot is able to just send that, get the bounce. What an awesome shot, putting Nampa High up 2 to Canyon Ridge's 1, 4 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. This is going to be a high-scoring game, I think.
Yeah, still definitely a lot of time to play with here. Dragonism trying to get the pass over to J-Dot, though, gets interrupted early. Now it's Blue. Having extra defensive plays, gets 1 touch, sends it out the backboard there. There wasn't a follow-up from the side of Canyon Ridge. Now J-Dot trying to get the double touch, not able to do it though, but still sticking with the ball. Now it's Steampunk getting a pretty big clear, but Dragon's going to be able to put an end to it here. But Macho getting the disrupt again, and Steampunk getting 1 more disrupt. Blue might have the shot opportunity here, but looking more for a passing play, but not going to be able to do anything. Macho isn't able to clear it though. This could be dangerous side of Canyon Ridge.
And immediately after that, we kind of see Dragonism just take things main. Ooh, and Pluie is going to send that right in with the setup. It feels like Dragonism is both like the selfish first man, but also your first ally in terms of assists.
Yeah, I think
with this next goal.
I think I do like that over the. I think most players would sort of be a little selfish there and end up going for a solo play. But I do really like Dragonism taking the second to realize, hey, I have a team that's in a really good position here, and
Pluie just sends it right over Steampunk. Canyon Ridge is trying to play dedicated goalie, but their dedicated goalie is getting boost starved and not able to do anything in the net.
Also, when you're stagnant in the net like that, you're sort of just sit in the middle and you don't have any momentum on your side.
Don't have any time to get there.
Blue sort of realized that and realized they could take a hook shot that you have absolutely no chance of saving there. Once again,
and Underworld Bean has fallen into the same trap, but actually it's going to work there as the defense gets a clear all over it to Pluie in the orange. And then we see Macho kind of bounce it off the back wall. Is there any follow-up? No, so Dragonism is just going to take that and roll with it. But we see that 1 member of Canyon Ridge still in the net.
Off the backboard there, J-Dot's going to be able to get it. Getting a 50 here, Dragonism puts the ball in a little bit of awkward position here, but Plue's still sticking with it. Nampa High 4-1 here so far with 2 minutes and 45 seconds here remaining. G-Dot was able to, I don't believe they're able to get a touch on it now. Dragonism going for a little bit of solo play, able to get 1 touch down. The rest of Nampa is going to have to put a little bit of retreat there. That ball put them in an awkward position, but doesn't stop G-Dot from continue to stay on the ball here. And absolutely no pressure from the side of Canyon Ridge is going to allow Dragonism to take their time to get to the ball and set up for the play they want. But it's over to J-Dot again. Still sticking with it, trying to go for a pinch play perhaps.
Immediately after that, we see the ball just kind of go careening downhill, and then we see Pluie pop it up into the air, get that second touch. It looks like Macho is just laying in wait for their turn to touch the ball, but unfortunately the ball is just going to be kind of shamoved around them. They finally get their tires on it, and then immediately send it over into midfield, where Dragonism will take possession, get the first touch, and pass down to Pluie down midfield, who is still chasing the ball all the way over into orange corner.
Dragonism able to get 1 touch, sent over to the sidewall here. Still sticking with the ball. Canyon Ridge has yet to put 1 more goal, or any more goal, on the scoreboard here so far since when they got so early into the game. Now it's J-Dot trying to get a recenter, wasn't able to do it. Macho getting pumped out of the play here. Now it's Blue looking for a setup, but none of these passes so far has been quite quality to set up an attacker on the side of Nampa High.
Kind of feels like Macho is doing the 1v3 with 2 of the members alternating being in the goalpost, but not when they need them. When the world needed him most, the Avatar vanished, and the Fire Nation, in the form of Dragonism, definitely attacked. putting us up 4, Nampa High 5 to Canyon Ridge's 1, a minute and 18 seconds remaining.
Straight out now off the sidewall here. Gonna get a bang off of the backboard. Macho is able to put a little bit of stop in that play, but Dragon is able to pick it up. You know, with the rotation here, now off the sidewall, gets a missed touch on their A button right there. Makes an accidental touch. Blue was trying to get an interesting little redirect, not able to do it. Now Macho sends out the backboard, looking for a play, not able to do it. Now it's Underworld, misses it. Steampunk's the only one there. Could be played around. Macho's gonna let them take over control of the ball here. And a little more stagnant gameplay that I'm seeing from Nampa has so far. This game has felt like it sort of slowed down towards the end of it.
Definitely, and it looks like Pluie is going to be able to defend, but it looks like Macho is going to actually send it once more into Pluie. And all 3 members of Canyon Ridge are out of net, trying to mount an offensive here in the final 30 seconds of the game. I don't know if it's going to be enough for them to make up the 4-goal deficit.
It's going to be tough, but even with 20 seconds left, even with the most hope and the most copium, it'd be difficult. And we see Underworld being that stagnant permanent goalie. You know, it's going to hurt your offense and not provide so much defense. I guess in that case it did because you played so far up, but the third man with proper rotations be able to do the same job, but also be available for attacking position. So, you know, there's the reason why you don't see it used a whole lot, especially in higher level gameplay. And not even talking about like pros. I'm talking like plat and diamond level. You do not see a permanent goalie all the time. Mm-hmm. You may every now and then, but it's not a strategy that's super useful. Like, yeah, it makes sense because, we have somebody that's always able to protect the goal. But most of the time,
you can't protect the goal if you don't have any momentum.
Yeah, and here's the other big thing. Here's number one. The reason why you don't do this is A, you take yourself completely out of the play. You're no longer useful to your team. And for the most part, a third man who is able to put themselves in proper positioning with a proper amount of boost, you're not going to find yourself a lot of the times the ball being boomed over you, because I feel like that's why a lot of people end up having a permanent goalie is they're scared that the ball is going to be boomed past them.
But a permanent goalie just enables that further.
Yeah, enables that further. They seem useful because
on paper.
Yeah, they seem useful on paper, and it makes sense.
But
like,
not in practice.
The goal was saved because Steampunk was there, but if Steampunk was there to play rotations with the 2 other attackers, they would have 50'd and that ball would have never been cleared that far. So I would love to see you to stop having a permanent goalie.
Because you can also always rotate back to the goalpost whenever there's anything that's coming. So there's not really the benefit to cost. The math ain't mathin' in the favor of the permanent goalie.
What doing Steampunk and Underworld being? Oh, a little bit of double commit there. The shot was off target here. Who's going to wait for the passing potential to happen? Isn't going to come to them, though, however, though. Everyone's going to rotate off here. And I think the biggest thing that Dragon is that I'd love to see Napa and the rest of the Napa team players is realize that this Canyon Ridge team is giving them so much free real estate and not being very aggro at all. So they can take a lot of the space, take control of the ball, and use your superior ball control to get the ball in the back of the net. Because I just have a feeling that's just going to be the number one way to get this team out of the game so fast.
Definitely do have to say here, as Dragonism kind of sends things over into the corner, we do see Underworld Bean rotate back into that goal like it's their home. And then we see Macho just kind of send things over past the midfield, and then it looks like Dragonism and Pluie are both kind of getting each other's way, trying to get this touch. Steampunk is going to take advantage of that, and it looks like Macho is going to get a touch on ball. Almost a goal there. But that was a little bit bouncing too far out of control there, as Dragonism is going to steal it from their teammate mid-air. Just kind of and send it over into the corner. Pluie gets the next touch, sets up Dragonism midfield perhaps, but it looks like there will be a clear on the side of Canyon Ridge, and then Nampa is immediately going to take it back with J-Dot bouncing off the backboard. Pluie and J-Dot, the duo isn't quite going to get the goal there because of Underworld Bean, and it looks like Steampunk is just waiting in that net to try to touch the ball.
Pluie sends out the backboard. There is no follow-up. Many attackers so far, so long into this game, roughly about 2 minutes, and still no goal scored here, but this could be the opportunity for it right now. It is not. Dragons are going to be demoed, and the shot attempt by J-Dot is not going to go in. Macho setting up a teammate here. There is no follow-up. Please try to get a reader right, keep it out of the danger zone. Wasn't able to do it. J-Dot taking a shot on net. It's blocked out by Underworld here. But Blue, or I imagine, honestly, I don't know. But Plea? I feel like that's what we're going for. Dragon's been going for a flick, not able to do it. Macho is able to block it out. J-Dot setting up for the midfield attack, but both the teammates, once again, I see the Nampa High team be really, sort of cautious in terms of a lot of their players are in sync to the point where they back off this ball so much because there's a Canyon Ridge player in proximity. Somebody needs to go in and contest that ball.
Definitely, and as the ball is popped up in the air, we see Pluie elevate to contest, and then it looks like Macho is actually going to be the one that plays in the goal, but they have the momentum to stop that goal. Dragonism bounces it into the corner. Is there any follow-up from the midfield? No. Does Dragonism need it? Yes, as Steampunk gets that clear. And then we see Pluie kind of trying to set up some sort of solo man play there, but will be turned away by Macho, and then immediately after that, we see Dragonism kind of send things into midfield, and it looks like Pluie once again is taking a crack at the Canyon Ridge goal, but it looks like right now they can't even get it out of their own corner.
Oh, the passing play? It's perfect.
Clip that. That was an awesome pass back and forth between these players. I mean, we see stage one, the execution, passes it to J-Dot, immediately gets it passed back, and then there's nothing the enemy team can do as it goes between both of them into that goal. 1 minute and 55 seconds remaining, and Nampa High puts our first goal on the board with style points.
And we use that perfectly. Dragons maybe we got to clear now, try and get a double touch. Is able to get it slightly. I don't know entirely if they got a perfect touch there. Now Blue off the sidewall here. Has the air control to do it. Is advancing, goes a little bit too low. It's going to be an easy save for Macho there. J-Dot now in the rotation. Now Dragons gets it over one. Looking to beat a second. Not able to do it though. Steampunk that's going to be able to clear it off to the side here. But it's not over for Dragonism here. Still singing with the ball. It's Blue that's able to get up, reach with the passing play. And it's going to put Nampa High up 2-0 here with 1 minute and 28 seconds left. A beautiful little play. Dragonism runs out of boost. Sets up Blue perfectly. Honestly, I don't think even without Blue that might have been a goal anyway.
But, it's always nice to, let the teammate contribute to things like that and have that extra assurance. As the 50-50 kind of stays within the circle here and then gets bounced off into the corner where J-Dot is now the next person to pump it up into the air. We see Dragonism send it back down. Macho is able to kind of stop that goal from going in, but now Dragonism and J-Dot are pushing this ball hard. And it looks like, J-Dot's actually going to get demoed, which puts a little bit of a wrench in Nampa High's offensive plans here. Dragonism's forced to kind of rotate back, wait for J-Dot, get the ball high enough in the air, and actually just send it straight in through all the members of Canyon Ridge, putting Nampa High now up 3.
Beautiful little mechanical play, goes through the air dribble, gets one flip reset, uses the flip to get a good touch, gets it over Macho. Just middle bins of the net. Love to see it with 1 minute and 1 second left here. Nampa High surely turned this from a 0-0 game into a 3-goal lead, more than enough to make sure this game closes out with some level of security here. And Dragonism free playing a bit too much. Showing off a bit too much of the freestyle. Sends it in the wrong direction. I understand going for a back pass here, but the back pass is going to no teammate, which just ends up being a pass for the enemy team.
Dragonism is trying to practice their movement now, but 52 seconds, that gives them enough time to catch up to you, Dragonism.
100% of the way. So only 2 goals, though. Counting down the time. Blue sends the ball rocking into the air, still trying to stick with it. Is able to get it over Macho, but gets bumped off the ball anyway. Slows the ball down. Dragons are making a mistouch there on the controller. Not able to stick with it. It's J-Dot. Oh, and a little bit of confusion here. Blue able to get there in time. Dragons are able to get clear over to the midfield here. Not able to stick with it, but with assistance from J-Dot. A little bit triple commit from the side of Nampa High for a quick little second. What could have been another goal scored there is not going to turn into it, and now with only 13 seconds remaining, Canyon Ridge has got to score a goal now if they really want a chance. But even so, as the final couple seconds count down, it's looking like Nampa High is going to go to match point.
They put something on the board, though, and that's what counts, as Dragonism and Pluie just kind of bounce it back and forth away from their own goal and actually try to get that extra score, but Underworld Bean is not able to touch that ball in time. And so Nampa now at match point. Now, if you're Canyon Ridge, you're trying to figure out how to pull off the reverse sweep. And if you're Dragonism, you're just filling out your highlight reel.
Yeah, look at the amount of accolades you had. The shots and the goals on net is absolutely insane. While it's looking a little lackluster on the side of Canyon Ridge so far, they proved to they put up a goal very fast in the beginning, but ever since that, they've been a little quiet on terms of the offensive side. And I think that is a little bit of the Nampa High team coming alive. Sort of maybe that second it was a little bit of falter, but since then it's been the same thing as Rigby facing off against Valview. I honestly, I don't think actually that a little bit, only like half the story. I think Rigby had a lot more control over the field and over the ball and boost. I think Nampa High could be absolutely dominating this game by like 5-goal leads if they took the same level of aggression and aggro that we saw from Rigby, because they have the space to do it. But unfortunately, I see a lot of the times they're a little too passive and they rotate off the ball together in unison a little too much.
They're on the same wavelength, and they need to be on matching, not the same wavelength here.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, Underworld Bean actually almost scores a goal there, but instead it's going to actually almost be turned on Canyon Ridge. Lots of last-minute saves here in the first 10 seconds of the game. I will say Canyon Ridge, great on you for rotating off of the permanent goalie. Both Steampunk and Underworld Bean are out there, and Underworld Bean took our first shot of the game. Yeah,
it's a refreshing sight to see, and it warms my heart seeing a team's able to talk and communicate and adapt to situations that need it. And just as I'm saying that, I see Underworld being sort of sitting a little stagnant in the net here so far. And J-Dot trying to get a passing play to happen. Wasn't able to do it. Blue might have an open shot and a bang. Able to get it over one. But it's going to be Macho that's able to save it. Keep this game 0-0 so far as we get down to about a minute elapsed so far. But it might be dragged into the flipper set play, but gets played out. But J-Dot might have a double. Goes and plays the car a bit too wide to the left and not able to stick with the read.
It looks like with that we see Fluey kind of passing it under Dragonism there, and immediately down the midfield we see Steampunk popping it up in the air. Actually perfect position for J-Dot, but luckily Macho is able to save that goal. 3 minutes and 47 seconds remaining, 0 goals on both teams. But now we've got a demo on the board.
Dragonism elevated with that, made the wrong read there. Now it's J-Dot, the one with control here. Blue also elevated for that ball, possibly dodging a demo though, and Blue's just kind of playing leapfrog right now as Dragonism gets it over one. Could have been a goal there, but Blue actually just took it. Took it away, not able to get anything out of it. Now Dragonism taking a self-serve touch over to the wall, able to get a bit of a redirect. It's a bit too slow and a bit too high to prove any real threat, but that shot is a threat as it's going to find Nampa High's first goal.
And then with that, we do actually have Nampa High. We see Dragonism and Pluie elevate at the exact same time. It feels like those two, like, they have a couple of brain cells, but they both have their hands on them, right? It feels like they have their hands on the same brain because they're always going for the same thing. Underworld Bean is going to put Canyon Ridge on the board, put some respect on the Bean's name at this point. I got to say, while we're talking about player of the game, Underworld Bean is by far the most improved player that we've seen tonight.
Definitely rotating out of net a little bit more. I would actually say I think I see Steampunk less rotated and stagnant in the net here so far. And Blue's trying to make sure they gain back the lead here so far, but still 3 minutes left. I think Dragonism knows they sort of have the advantage here, and they're goofing around a bit. So I'd love to see them just come alive, get a couple more on the board here, close the game out as a passing play was going to attempt to happen, but Steampunk's there to cut it off. Trying to make a passing play happen. J-Dot on the backboard defense. Dragonism has 100 boost. Going to get a clear here. And Underworld Bean making the mistouch here. It could be dangerous. Blue takes a shot, but it's a bit too wide here. A couple of those shots that Blue ended up taking that missed the net earlier in the game. Definitely regretting missing those shots now as it's getting close. Still no progress in terms of gaining back this lead for the side of Nampa High.
It looks like, and Underworld Bean is just sitting in that net now as the stagnant. You see them at 0 boost, but they're sitting in that net. You see them gather a little bit of 3 boost there as Macho's going to actually take the lead for Canyon Ridge here against Nampa. Is this the comeback of the reverse sweep? If Nampa doesn't want to lose match point, they better shape up. 2 minutes and 17 seconds remaining. Canyon Ridge up 2 to Nampa High's 1.
Able to do it. So far, Canyon Ridge, these kickoffs have been a little sloppy and a shot in your own side here. I don't love to see it. Dragonism with control here, trying to make a pass play happen. Actually trying, I get the play trying to go for it,
Underworld Bean, no. Just sitting in the net with 81 boost.
I wonder what happened to the more advanced passing plays that I saw Napa High performing a little earlier in the series so far. It's just been sort of basic shots and basic little passing plays when it's sitting around the corner edge here. You know, Canyon Ridge is not a team of bots. They're able to stop the ball when it comes around the corner, and I think Napa High needs to adapt to that a little bit more and a little more quality passes and shots on net here.
Canyon Ridge has adapted. Napa High has not quite yet. As we see Dragonism kind of elevate, go up and grab the ball. It looks like they're trying to just drag it right all into net, past both of the defenders in net, putting Napa High even.
Just keep doing that. Nobody on the side of Canyon Ridge is able to contest to the level of aerial gameplay that we'll be able to see, especially for Dragonism. So,
Definitely.
If you just sort of understand the strength that you have there in terms of, hey, let's keep the ball in the air and let's keep the boost to ourselves, you know, you're going to be able to close this game out fairly quickly on the side of Napa High. Whereas Canyon Ridge needs to do all they can to make sure
just
that doesn't
keep up.
happen.
It looks like his Pluie is going to kind of send things over in the air. 1 minute remaining. This could go either way for these two teams. The Canyon Ridge still has the reverse sweep dreams alive, while Nampa High is looking to close it out and fist bump in the Cool Kids Sweep Club. And it looks like as we kind of go up the corner there, J-Dot going to pass it down to Dragonism further down Orange Field. But actually, because of that missed touch, Macho just has a shot on goal for free, putting Canyon Ridge up 1 in the final minute of the game.
Dragons are making a really bad read there. Trying to commit to a bad back pass.
Gotta say, not liking the back passes for you, Nampa High.
Yeah, I think they are goofing around a little bit too much here. These are plays they have not been making in the past here so far, and you know, all of a sudden in game 3 they decide to pull them out, and Canyon Ridge is making you pay for it. They're taking a game off your perfect series here so far. But 27 seconds left. It's still enough time for Nampa High to score if they play this game right, but so far they're not. It's looking like a mess over there.
J-Dot's going to kind of send things over. It looks like Nampa High, they've all kind of agreed, well, maybe we should take this seriously here. As we go up the sidewall, Dragonism's trying to get this ball as much air as possible as we see Underworld Bean just sitting in the net once again. But actually that save comes in clutch, and Canyon Ridge ruins Nampa's sweep dreams. And I gotta say, on Canyon Ridge's side, it feels entirely earned. But Nampa High, I think they're trying for the new. They're trying the new playbook, and they're getting punished for it.
Yeah, I really don't like the sort of new team that I've seen out from the side of Nampa High. It's just it's new stuff, the back passes, and like I said, it sort of just feels like they're not taking it super seriously at that point. You know, game 3, and it's a plague that happens for a lot of different teams. They get to this game 3 point, they think, oh yeah, we won. You know, the other games by this many goals, we don't have to do anything anymore. But, you kind of forget they were able to put goals on you. And whether you want to accept of, oh, I was trying or not, the team's able to put a score on you. And, unfortunately, when you start making dumb mistakes, it's going to lead to dumb goals being scored on you. And that's what sort of happened for the side of Nampa High. And if they don't shape up now, it's going to get to the point of this is going to go to an unnecessary game 5. Because it is my belief that I think Nampa High, especially Dragonism, is on a little bit higher skill ceiling level, and I think a team of that caliber.
But we're not seeing that with the back passes right now.
No. No, we are not.
It's kind of like we see Macho just kind of send things over into the corner. Dragonism getting the next touch on the ball. We see Macho going to send it over to Pluie. And it looks like now it will be Steampunk that gets the next touch. They kind of roll up into the corner, and then we see a clear all the way over to midfield, and it looks like Macho is going to be the one that just tries to touch the ball next. And it looks like Pluie maybe setting up for a goal here as Macho is going to get the demo into J-Dot. Ooh, Pluie almost sends that in just a little bit too far to the left.
Over 2 so far on shots on this left side of the net. Hitting the corner, it might be Pluie for the redemption.
There it is.
Able to put a power enough
Pluie
shot.
redemption arc.
Able to put a power enough shot on net there to beat out Steampunk in terms of the save. Using that aerial control. Beautifully done. Nampa High is going to go up 1-0, but like we've been saying before, Canyon Ridge is a team
that's a lead Canyon Ridge can make up.
Yeah, that's a lead they can make up. They're a team that's going to prey on your mistakes right now. And with Saturday Night High, they gotta make sure, they gotta put the focus on not committing those mistakes there. And another great shot there put on by Blue, finding the defense a little more confused. Able to put numbers up quickly so far.
And it looks like Underworld Bean just tries to play the defender, but doesn't quite have enough momentum to get it out of the net. To Nampa High up to 3 minutes and 53 seconds remaining. This is looking more like round 1 team where Pluey's the one stepping up.
Okay.
Oh.
Hold on a second, though. Let him cook. Go to put one on the board here, beating out Dragonism, gets a second touch here, and beats out J-Dot.
Not able to get there just in time. 3 minutes and 42 seconds remaining. Nampa High down, or Nampa High up one, excuse me, as Dragonism's going to win the 50-50. Underworld Beam doesn't even touch the ball there, as we then see J-Dot, the ball just also doesn't touch the ball. A whole lot of the ball just bouncing in the midfield right now as cars kind of orbit around it. And then we see Dragonism take possession, elevate it. We see Macho fighting them tooth and claw for it. Pluey dunks it off the backboard with a hat trick. Pluey is emerging as the new carry.
Yeah, Dragonism getting a really good 50 there. I don't know if that touch on Pluey helped or hurt, or what exactly would have happened to the shot if Dragonism didn't get a touch on Pluey there, especially the car. 3 minutes and 22 seconds left. Nampa holding a two-goal lead here. That's a buffer zone that they can feel a little comfortable with, but I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Canyon Ridge puts another one on the board here. They're able to find these quick little goals that, you don't see coming.
Immediately after this, we see Dragonism up on the sidewall there, fighting to the nail with Underworld Beam. Both of them are kind of sent back immediately after that. We see it bouncing just in front of, teasing Canyon Ridge's goal right now, as all members of Nampa High are committed to this offense, and all 3 Canyon Ridge are committed to defense. In front of that goal is just a mosh pit as the ball ping-pongs around. And with that demo, that clears you a little bit of space, and Dragonism's going to try to put it in just inches off.
A little bit of passive Dragonism, going to get a cut on the sidewall here, trying to make a passing play happen. Macho is going to be the one to set it down. Dragonism sticking up with it, beats out J-Dot by accident here. It's Pluey now on the case here, trying to get a pinch with the ball, ends up back passing it a little bit on accident there. Steampunk getting a beat here. Dragonism not there, but Steampunk makes a missed touch, not able to get a touch that sets it towards net. A missed goal opportunity that Canyon Ridge was definitely hoping to make up for.
In these final 2 minutes and 10 seconds, Nampa High still up 2. Canyon Ridge is hurting for the goals right now, but a goal a minute is definitely doable for this team. As we kind of see Dragonism come in, fight Macho for the ball, and then we see Steampunk actually lose the ball to Pluey as it just goes careening off to the side, and Dragonism puts another one on Nampa High's name. Up 4 to Canyon Ridge's 1.
Really good pinch play by Pluey, putting themselves in that ball. The pinch was just perfect altitude and height and speed for Dragonism to get a powerful shot. Put it top middle bins more than fact. And now under 2 minutes left remaining, J-Dot's going to get an absolute beat on the ball. Decides to get a 100 boost to go with it too. It takes a shot on the net, and it's a bouncer that nobody sitting stagnant in net is going to be able to even hope to get a touch.
Oh, Bean.
Sitting that far back,
You don't get credit for the save if you're back in the net when you touch the ball.
There's a reason why you sit back in the net, and it's to be able to give yourself a little bit more reaction time in terms of you're able to see the ball a little clearly.
Oh, Bean, still sitting in that net.
Ooh, and gets faked
Comes
out
out and misses the touch.
Like I get why we're doing it, but we're being a little too slow on the reaction time in terms to fully put that in play into effect. But still, 1 minute 31 seconds here. Pluey just kind of messing around with the ball. J-Dot's going to come in. Now it's just Underworld being not able to get a touch on it. Dragonism decides not to take a shot in the net. Gives the shot opportunity to J-Dot instead. Gets a point, or gets a score. Gets a goal. Wow. Gets a goal for their scoreboard total. And they probably had a better angle on the ball anyway. So, 5-goal lead. 1 minute and 22 seconds left here remaining. It's looking desperate for Canyon Ridge.
Oh, but Macho actually almost scores a goal off the 50-50. Desperate times call for desperate measures, and Macho's answering that call. It looks like as we kind of bounce off the corner there, it looks like Dragonism currently in possession of the ball, looking to score. J-Dot just waiting in the midfield to see what they can do to support. Dragonism passes it to Pluie. Pluie's bounced it off the crossbar. Macho with some fantastic back wall defense there as 1 minute ticks down. Canyon Ridge still down 5. 1 goal every 10 seconds.
And 52 seconds here remaining here. Louis gets a bump on Dragonism. Dragonism touch around 1. Now it's up to Underworld here. It's a little bit of roll 1 here. Pluie going to center it. It could be up to J-Dot. J-Dot's going to get the touch and score the goal. And that's not only a hat trick for J-Dot. Actually, I did not realize J-Dot had 3 goals there. I'll retract the statement I made originally on J-Dot only having 1 goal, but that's nevertheless a Brazil for the side of this Game 4 in the series against Nampa High and Canyon Ridge.
And it looks like kind of Bean is going to win the 50-50, send it over to Pluie. 37 seconds remaining in the game. Canyon Ridge is just trying to get a second goal on the board.
Macho trying to do exactly that right now, setting up a center here, getting it around 1, but not able to get it around Dragonism right there. Steampunk also making advances on the ball, not able to do too much. Going to take a cut rotation. Blue cuts the rotation first. Now J-Dot getting 1 more touch. Not able to get it past Steampunk, though. Now taking up the sidewall. Macho's on the case, however. Trying to get a touch to the ceiling. Does get it. It's Blue. Gets a touch, and with a couple seconds left remaining, it's looking like Nampa High is going to take Game 4 and the series W. As Dragonism looking to get 1 more goal. Gets a pinch.
Denied by the Karasi.
And Karasi, best defender.
86% of total shots taken. And I gotta say, for this round, I want to highlight Pluie, and I want to highlight J-Dot.
Yeah, I definitely those players need to be highlighted throughout the series, especially J-Dot, who came alive in certain instances. And while we did see Dragonism and Pluie have their own time to shine, I think every individual player across that team had their individual times to shine.
And transitioning to player of the game discussion, I think most recent match, it was just there. We also saw some of the most impressive mechanical play in this matchup. Previously, I would have probably have given it to Dragonism, but I gotta say, just after some of those back passes, I think Pluie just kind of ekes out as my nomination above Dragonism.
I think Dragonism is out of the 3 that I have here, it's XR, Dragonism, and the other one is Bubbles.
Oh, yeah.
I think
How could we forget Bubbles?
I think honestly, in terms of a person that carried the team, put the team quite literally in a backpack and said, "Let's go," I'm going to say Bubbles. I'm going to say Bubbles as my nomination for player of the game.
Bubbles has the backpack with the extendo adjustment, got 2 cars in there. And it looks like there it is, Bubbles for the player of the game. And the player of the game is brought to you by Idaho Central Credit Union, who believes a great player makes a team more successful, just like Idaho Central's helping members achieve financial success. Bubbles V8 is the Idaho Central Credit Union player of the game, and we got to get their backpack recommendation.
Yeah, we got to see what brand of backpack are you using in these series right now. And
it's got comfortable straps.
such an instrumental series to be a part of as well. You know, like no hate from Nap Thief, like no hate to that player, but when you have somebody that quite literally has all the accolades on a team, it's just it's hard not to put the spotlight on them. You've got to highlight them. You got to put the spotlight on them. But in the future series, I would love to see Superwave and Nap Thief come alive a lot more and support Bubbles, because honestly, at that point, with that combo, you could be a pretty deadly team.
They could be strong. And with that, we don't see Nampa High joining the Cool Kids Sweep Club, but they did end up winning, and they did overall do an impressive performance. And with that, we're going to throw to our bracket to kind of see at the end how everybody stacks up.
Yeah, so we see here we finally have our top 8. On the side of it, Rigby and Middleton going top down, Rigby and Middleton. Then we have Twin Falls and Mountain Home. We have Highland and Wood River, and then Valview and Nampa. We got to see Valview get to the end of it. We got to see Wood River get to the end of it, Nampa to the end of it. Got to see Mountain Home get there as well, and Middleton. And we actually didn't see Middleton play, but we did see Rigby get to it, which honestly, the 2 teams I would say look out for would be Rigby and Nampa.
Oh, absolutely. You got your top left and your bottom right, Rigby and Nampa. If I were a betting caster, I would bet on those 2 in the finals just to kind of see what's going on there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think they definitely, in terms of they have the lowest payout in terms of betting because they probably have the most chances to win. But nevertheless, you know, we definitely have some some sleeper cars. We definitely have some sleeper teams in here. I would say Wood River is one of them.
Oh, definitely. Wood River just has like a couple of micro adjustments to make, and then they can kind of compete at that top level. Maybe not necessarily on individual mechanical skill, but team play overall. And Rocket League is not a 1v1, it's a 3v3.
It is.
So as we prepare to close out the night, do you have any takeaways?
You know, I got to see quite a few teams here today. 5 Rocket League matches is quite a bit, and I'm excited to see what the championship series is going to look like as well. Unfortunately, I won't be here in person, but I'll definitely be hearing about it a lot. So I'm looking forward to it. Once again, sort of like I said, looking out for Nampa, looking out for Rigby, and GG's to everybody who won tonight's matches, and go again next time for those who end up unfortunately being knocked out.
And top 5 plays are presented by the Idaho Army National Guard, who invites you to take your impressive critical thinking skills into real time. With more than 10 jobs offering a $20,000 bonus and your degree of choice paid for, the Idaho Army National Guard is the best team out there. From all of us here at Boise State, thanks for joining us for High School Rocket League, and have a great night.
Over the game captain, who's going to try to play around 2 for Bishop Kelly. Fluffy on the follow-up. And Valleview is now in the lead again.
Fluffy carrying games, dreams, and honor down with them. Looks like Fluffy elevates just barely above Void, gets that second touch, and Lazy and Pyrrhic are unable to get there, just can't move.
Into the corner. Oogie Boogie gets us very gingerly hit, and that's some fancy dribbling by Void. Completely solo going it.
Bishop Kelly only down 1 here as we just kind of see Void start the midfield dribble and drive it all the way back into goal.
Communication and trust between teammates is a massively important thing. I actually believe Rigby is one of the strongest standing teams right now and going undefeated, and KX showing off why they are. In a beautiful little double tap, so shallow into the field, and W not playing any backward defense, interrupted by Faded and still sticking in this blue side of the field with the minute and 13 seconds left. Jim Petey might have a double touch, and they do, getting a beautiful read mid-air and a double touch off the side.
A little bit of some twirling, some fanciful showboaty twirling there. We see the bounce off the corner there, and then immediately after that just sends it in, and the defenders can't get back there in time. Looks like right now they can't even get it out of their own corner.
Oh, the passing play? It's perfect.
Clip that. That was an awesome pass back and forth between these players. I mean, we see stage 1, the execution, passes it to J-Dot, immediately gets it passed back, and then there's nothing the enemy team can do as it goes between both of them into that